Hey everyone, I'm Cosmic and welcome to the cloud. Sorry, I was trying to fix the chat again because it was doing the weird thing that it keeps doing. Is that normal? Yeah, that's normal. Okay. I think I'm just gonna leave the Dench Attack music playing today. This is how I've been grinding out the game, just with other music playing normally. Let me know if the volume is good. I think we should be fine. Music might be quiet, if anything. But yeah, let me know. I intentionally have the game audio basically muted because I don't love the music in this game, and sometimes it is nice to just grind while listening to other stuff. Hello, Rock Wizard. What's wrong with salmon music? I'll turn up here. I can turn up for you guys a little bit without turning up for me. That should be fine. I respect salmon music from like an artistic and like in-universe perspective. I do not like listening to it. So yeah. I'll just hop in. So I don't really know. I'll be honest, I didn't have much of a plan for the stream. I considered doing a trying to get all the S rank stream. I don't know if I want to do that to myself yet. But I'm thinking for now, I've been at 105 weapons for a while. I would like to get all the weapons, ideally. Gadget parts is probably not happening for a while. Apparently I got all the Booyarang ones somehow. I'd like to at least get all the speed tank gadget parts, but obviously it's like, yeah, it's just kind of grinding at this point. Like there isn't much I can actively do to like make that happen other than playing the game a lot. So I'm at 208 or 206, I guess. I've been playing a bit, but yeah, I don't know. I'll do this one for now, maybe, and then I'll let people join if they wanna. I am hitting like a bit of like a wall of like difficulty. I'm still using the slosher. I've got some primos that I could use, but I don't know. Nothing has felt better than this to me. It'd be really nice to get like a good primo like Jet Squelcher. Or I really want the Rapid Blaster Pro. I think it's like the Toy Shark one. The Rapid Blaster Pro primo that has good fire rate. That would be really, really nice to get. But I do not have it currently, so. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm glad we had this game, but I am... Yeah, I'm interested to see how they will evolve the parts of Splatoon that we kind of, like, do want to stay the same. Yeah, like, the like, street culture vibe and, like, you know, just all the PvP stuff, including music. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm good for a bit, but definitely super excited to see what the future could look like. Yeah, if I'm gonna use a blaster, I want to use one with range is my thing. So I would want to use the Pro. It's not even called the Pro in this game, but you know what I mean, probably Rapid Pro. Also, I'm like definitely losing this unless I get a million eggs at this very second. Okay, and this is why I might want to play this in multiplayer. 100% to Dench Attack yesterday. Nice. Does that mean like getting all gold medals? I haven't even done that yet. I've returned back. I don't know if I ever will, honestly. I don't think I'm good enough at the game to max rank everything. I really want to get the collectibles to get the like art and lore at least. But yeah. Here, I'll show it. I think I did like Cosmic C. Yeah, Cosmic C. I will type that in chat. Create a room. pin that. There we go. Nice. I got these dualies too. Well, hang on. Didn't I got some other... Were these the good ones? Yeah, because these have like Glooga-ish range, I think. But also good fire rate, because it's the Primo. Might want to level those up. But again, the Slosher, I don't know, man. Nothing's beating the Slosher for me quite yet. Oh, right. Okay. Well, I didn't think this through. Okay. We can start from here. That's fine. I mean, it's just getting weapons. I don't care about the high score. I'm just trying to get weapons. So that's fine. The easier the better. Yeah, true, I guess. I don't know. I was definitely for the relics, I was literally just grinding like floors like 10 through 40 or whatever, just for variety. I mean, you can just grind literally the bottom floor or top floor. You can just grind the easiest floors if you want to get relics. But just for the sake of not wanting to literally play the same floor over and over, I just kind of alternated from like 10 to 40 and then went back down to 10 again. But for weapons, I was under the impression you get better weapon drops if you keep going further down. I don't know. I don't know if there's any actual methodology to it. Also, I just figured I might as well try and get like as far into bottomless as I can just for the sake of it. But yeah, I care more about completing the weapon guide than I do about getting a good bottomless score. I do know the Living Tombstone Splatoon song, yeah. Oh my god. I'm not really like nostalgic for it. I sort of didn't like it. Oh, I didn't even see that small part. I was like scratching my face, I'll be so honest. I was not paying attention. But yeah, when I first heard that song when I was younger, I don't know, it just like wasn't enough about Splatoon. I feel like now I have the opposite opinion where like I don't like when video game songs are like too literal in their depiction of like what you do in the game, but like it didn't feel like it like had that much to do with Splatoon in the first place. So I don't know, I guess I thought it was like LARP media, I guess is what you would call it. I don't know what I thought it was. I was never a huge fan of it before, but it's cool, I guess. I'm not like a huge Living Tombstone guy, but yeah, I know it's iconic. No, I mean, it's like a, whether or not it's a genuinely good song, I'd say is up to taste, but it's not like a meme. It's just like a early Splatoon fandom thing, basically. I don't know. It's just a Splatoon song. I prefer when they're about the game's themes. Yeah, which like I don't know. It was about like, it was just very vague. Like I feel like there's a happy medium where it's like you are referencing the source material. But not literally like, because so many, that's a specific irk I have with like when people try and like make lyrics for existing Splatoon songs and they're all just like about Turf War. It's like, I don't think the idols in Splatoon would just sing about Turf War. Like there are other things going on in the world. Like it's a super nerdy like thing to care about. And I fully acknowledge that, but it's like in universe it would not make sense for the idols. I mean there's like Bomb Rush Blush, I guess, so like I'm sure they talk about, you know, ink battles sometimes, but like to suggest that like every Splatoon song is just about playing the game of Splatoon, I think is a little, you know, it's just lame. I think you can go deeper than that. But then also like there are some fan songs where it's like, I mean, this is just a song with like a Splatoon animation over it, which is fine. Like that's cool, but it's like it's not like something I'm gonna, you know, necessarily resonate with on the same way I do as the game itself. Yeah, no, I mean, I like it more in retrospect. I don't know. I haven't like analyzed the lyrics. But the point in saying that was just like, it's not like a nostalgic thing for me, really, the way it is for some people. I know for some people it's like such an iconic early like Splatoon memory thing, but it never really was that for me. Yeah, and generally I'm just kind of adverse to like fan songs like Squid Melody, I think are good. I'm generally don't like when people try to put lyrics into existing Splatoon music. I just it's just not appealing to me. I like Splatoon songs not having lyrics and fan songs just being their own thing. Obviously, if it's official like 3 Wishes, that's a different story, but like, yeah. Is the volume good, by the way? Is it a little too quiet? I don't know. Obviously, it can be kind of quiet. It's just like a yap and grind stream, but like, I just don't want it to be like super, super off balance. It's fine. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. People like, I think it's just not a thing I like generally, but also I just like, I feel like I don't know. They never like feel as like thoroughly like like researched, or like it doesn't sound like the lyrics are written by the characters who are singing them. I think is my issue. It sounds like it's a fan song that you put, you put over an official song, and it doesn't sound like. I feel like if you're gonna do a thing like that for a series like Splatoon, where the music is canon and the musicians are characters, then like you have to make the lyrics actually sound in character. It's the same thing as like a fanfic, honestly. Like, if you're writing the characters and they don't sound the way the original authors write the characters, then it's just kind of, it just feels off. Not that I'm a huge connoisseur of fan fiction necessarily, but I mean, we were talking about that, what was it? I always forget the name of it. Like Dissonant. It's not Dissonant Melody. You know, the Cuddletavio thing that isn't exactly Cuddletavio, but basically is. Okay, the thing with Flower Man covers is people just can't resist adding lyrics to the parts of the song that doesn't have lyrics. It's like, I don't know, man, like just sing the part of the song that has lyrics. Like, you don't have to feel like, I know it's sort of awkward because it's like it's basically just the chorus. And people want to put more of themselves into the cover or something, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what the reason is necessarily, but yeah, I don't know. I wish they'd just sing the lyrics of the actual song. I do like vocal covers of Flower Man, though. I do think that's, I don't know, that's kind of a fun thing where it's like the song has lyrics but not vocals, so it does feel like it's very much like inviting the community to go ahead and like do their own take on it, which I think is cool. Like I do kind of prefer that over having official vocals for some, maybe it's case by case. But for Flower Man, I like it. Yeah, well, I think a lot of them that came out really early, I feel like it was just people wanting to like rush to be like the first one to do it. So they didn't like take the time to actually like figure out like the timing of the lyrics, so some of it sounds kind of awkward. I feel like some of the ones that took like a week or two to come out are a little bit better. I know, what's his name? Buzzbane, the guy who does the like acapella covers of every song in Deltarune. I think they implied they are like learning how to sing QD Mew Mew Magic. So that'll be an experience when that happens. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, it's hard with like Vocaloid or, translating Japanese lyrics to English. I feel like the timing ends up being awkward a lot. But yeah, when it's just there's a couple lines. The thing with Flower Man is that it's like the lyrics are written to sound like they are translated from Japanese, I feel like, because Toby Fox is just like that. So it's kind of a similar situation, but yeah. Do you mean 7/4 like the Chris Piano song, or I'm not sure if that's a different song you mean? Because saying Topi was on it seems weird. Unless you, I don't know. I'm not sure if you mean the Chris Piano song or something else. I am level 50 plus 143, yes. I've been playing the game a lot. Lyrics to Salmon Run music sounds like a disaster. I don't even want to know what that would sound like. Mechanic is just Doom Guy for Salmonids, pretty much. It's a song called 74 and Toby Fox composed it. Okay. I don't think I've heard that, no. Please stop. Ow. You'll need to add lyrics to Weird Birds, yeah. Okay, my computer's yelling at me that I'm running out of disk space, so if the stream starts dying, that might be why. I am on, like, 206. We are currently on floor 117. Sorry, I'm like looking at chat right now. Sorry if my gameplay is terrible. I know Buzzbane did do a vocal version of Weird Birds and Weirder Birds, I think. But it wasn't lyrics, it's just a cappella. You're in floor 6? Yeah, I mean, it is a grind for sure. You'll get there eventually, maybe. Oh my god. My thing is I didn't start actually trying to grind Bottomless until I was already done with Salmonid research. Cause I don't know. I feel like I was saying this on stream, but I'm not really intrinsically motivated to play Bottomless. And I felt like the best way to actually like grind the game for anything other than weapons was to play specific dens. Like for Salmonid research, I wasn't just gonna play Bottomless for 10 years. I'll just go to the den that spawns a million of each boss to grind them. That felt like the better move to me. So I don't know. I'm surprised some people were just immediately grinding. I mean, maybe some people just, you know, find it more intrinsically fun than me to like try and get as deep as you can, but I was less interested in that and more just about completion. Yeah, past 100, which I mean even to 100, if I'm being completely honest, like I think there being a secret boss makes it worth it for the most part, but like I don't really like floors 1 through 100. Like if that wasn't a thing you had to do in the game and you got the boss just for doing like the start of post game, like I'd be honestly totally fine with that. Also, okay, the more I've been thinking about it, like what is the point of those islands? when you beat the game and start post game, they're like go to the 3 islands to get the 3 golden relics, and there's like really hard salmonids there, and that's like they're really easy. Like am I crazy? Like they're like the easiest part of the game. I that felt really strange to me. Like they're not even multiple sub layers, they're only one sub layer, and it's like they're just like your average Bottomless floor. I don't know. That's like the weirdest part of the game to me. Like I feel like they just wanted you to like have to do something to unlock Bottomless, but it's the most like nothing burger part of the game. And there's like no lore or anything. Like I thought there was going to be like lore for each of them or like a scroll at each of them or something, but like it's just completely useless. Yeah, they introduced the super spicy and they're like, oh yeah, go and grind super spicy levels to prepare for the islands, but the super spicies are level 80 and the islands are like, yeah, like the highest one is like 46 or 48, I think. So it's like, if you just do like a couple super spicies or like at the start of the game, then you're going to be ready for those. I don't know, it's weird. I feel like the post game I think is the, like outside of Lord's Ultimatum, I'd say it's definitely, like I'm happy we got a post game, but I feel like it is definitely the weakest part of the game. Which I guess is, you know, it's best that the weak part of the game is after credits, probably. But yeah, I don't know. It feels like the game gets like better and better up to the final boss, and then it just kind of, I wouldn't say like falls off a cliff in quality, but like it's a lot less interesting past that point for me. Post-game, yeah, it feels like post-game for the sake of post-game. My thing about levels like this, or about games like this where you have EXP levels and there's like recommended levels and stuff, is like, if I do all of the previous content in the game, I actually, I literally just commented this under Prochara's like, post your raiders' opinions and hot takes for a video. But like, if I have done everything in the game up to that point, like for Saltamadum, I had done every dungeon, every spicy version of the dungeon, and every super spicy version of the dungeon, and I was underleveled. I think that's stupid. If I have done everything, I should not be underleveled. Like, you're literally just saying arbitrarily replay levels to get higher. Like, I think that's stupid. I think you should just, like, if you do everything in the game, because I mean, spicy and super spicy is already, like, that already feels like grinding. Like, it's, you know, quote unquote new content, but it's like I'm playing the same level just with harder enemies. So it's like I already, like, I think it's dumb that the game effectively requires, or at least encourages you to replay every level like more than 3 times. That seems a little silly to me. I mean, I guess like it matters a little less because like levels do become more arbitrary after level 50, and it's mostly just about weapon level. But I also kind of don't like that. I feel like, I don't know, it's kind of counterintuitive, I guess. I feel like your main EXP level should have more of an impact than your weapon level, or at least like it should be more significant. Yeah, the pacing literally up to credits is like perfect, and then post game is just like, and now just grind for no reason. Like, I don't know. Also, I wish the I really like the idea of there being like ultimate challenge levels for the gadgets, like the sampler dungeon things, but like I feel like they kind of weren't that good. Like it's a weird thing, but I don't know. The sampler dungeons just don't feel quite as polished as like Octo Expansion. Even Alterna polish wasn't the issue, right? It was just, I thought Alterna levels felt uninspired. I think the sampler dungeons in this game are like creative and cool, but just weirdly like a little like jank or like not super fun all the time. Which I don't know. I've never really felt that about a Splatoon level, to be honest. Like even like Alterna and Side Order, like polish has never been the problem. Like they did what they were trying to do. I just think what a lot of them were trying to do was not that interesting. The sampler dungeons genuinely just feel kind of like jank sometimes, or like, I don't know if jank is really the right term. Like everything functions as it's supposed to, they just feel a little awkward. Yeah, bento box is an example. I think generally using the respawn system of the main game is like not good. I feel like when you die it should reset all of the enemies and everything when you're in like a linear level like that, so I kind of don't love that. Because I was like watching someone play and I saw them die on like the Splatolite level, and then it just spawned them like inside the horde of Quahawks. It's like, I just don't think that's good. I don't know, it's weird. Yeah, the puzzle ones I think are great. I think most of them that involve enemies, I think, are where I start to not like them, because first of all, they just don't feel like they're providing as much variety. I feel like if we're just fighting enemies in the dens and the, you know, relic hunt levels, and then, you know, and also the mining levels, and then we're also fighting them in the sampler dungeons, like, I'd rather the sampler dungeons not be about combat. If it's like specific, you know, I think like the flywire, like, you know, grappling between stingers is cool, obviously. Like if it's very like, if it's like enemies as level design, I think that's cool. But if it's just like, yeah, like combat for the sake of it, I don't really think that has a place in the sampler dungeons. I don't really like that as much. Yeah, the blast boot one is really good. I feel like the power tank ones were the ones that felt the most just like tutorials. Like the meteor mitt one is just straight up like, it's just a tutorial. Like, I don't know. As someone who has always like hated when people call Splatoon levels tutorials, like that one's just a tutorial. There's no danger, there's no fail state. It's just go up the vent and press the splashdown button. I kind of, the Splatchet one's a little better. The Splatchet one is pretty tutorial-y, but like at least has like, there's parts towards the end where it's like, okay, you're probably gonna like need to try this 2 or 3 times at least, maybe. You're not just gonna immediately do it right away. Yeah, the box one, because there's the same one. Well, I like the there's one where it gives you the shot pot and bomb balloons. So like the bomb balloon parts are cool, but then the shot pot ones are literally just like you press the shot pot button and wait for it to break the boxes. Like that's, I did not care for those at all. I don't, like, I didn't mind it not, I didn't mind when they took the main weapon away. Like, I don't know, I just, because some of them I feel like execute on the idea perfectly, where it's like, here's how you use this gadget, you know, here's like what it looks like upgraded, so you're motivated to get the upgrades for it, and then here's like a cool challenge that tests you on the skills the game just taught you. That's just like a unique thing that you aren't going to see in the normal dungeons. And then some of them are like, here's a tutorial, bye. So it's just weird how inconsistent they are. I genuinely feel like there's like 2 different types of sampler dungeons. there's the good ones and the bad ones, but yeah, like the tutorial ones or the actual levels. Yeah, the spinning wheel one is like okay. I do like that there's the box skip, but it's also like, it just feels like you're using a curling bomb and swimming forward for most of the level. It was okay. It developed a little bit. I'm trying to picture in my mind. I think there's like walls you had to like time correctly. So it was okay. It's not one of my favorites, but it is all right. But it's not the early ones, Big Jonas. That's the weird part is I think the first one you play is one of the hardest in the game. the dash boot one, or what's it called? Is it the, you know what I mean? The dash one where you dash through the rings. So I think I actually misunderstood how that worked, because I guess it's apparently when you release the button, not when you press the button, that the dash actually activates, which like, or like a double jump is kind of bad. I don't know. I need to replay that one. Because I didn't realize that's how it worked, but that seems like not good controls. I don't know, but that one seemed really jank to me, and that's like the first one you could find in the game. That one genuinely, I think, jank. I don't know, like there's a trick to it, I guess, but like it felt bad to play to me. I think the overall level design of the entire game, so Raiders isn't better than Octo Expansion. Yeah, I mean, I keep seeing people kind of dismissing the game as like not having level design, which like is obviously kind of a bad faith argument, but I don't know. It's weird because I really liked a lot of the I'm gonna call them relic hunts. I wasn't sure what to call them, but I saw that's what the wiki calls them. They're like linear levels where you go to the 3 beacons. The relic hunt levels, I really like most of those. And I think they, they obviously don't push the platforming as hard as like Octo Expansion or Hero Mode, but like I think there's a really good balance of like combat and like you're like interacting with the environment in cool ways, and like the level terrain is like varied, and like I don't know, I thought those were really great. So then the sampler dungeons, by comparison, I thought it was weird that the thing that resembled the previous design philosophy was kind of the weakest part of the game. Like they kind of fumbled what I feel like should have been the easy part. Not that any part of game dev is really easy, but relatively speaking, it was strange. Yeah, the volcano ones, I mean, all the ice levels. I think every ice level in the game, the second mining ice level, I think, is a little bit lame. But the first one is like my favorite level in the game. And the ice relic hunts are like genuinely, there's no misses. I think they all have some kind of cool, unique gimmick, cool combat encounters. I don't know. I love those. As someone who was worried like about the lack of platforming and the over reliance on combat, those absolutely you know, they quelled my expectations. Like those were what I was hoping the game would do, you know, as long as it was going to be focused on combat. Like obviously I think the ideal, I don't imagine this is a controversial opinion. I imagine the ideal Splatoon game is something with the combat flow of Raiders and the platforming like quality and variety of Octo expansion. So like that's why I think like, you know, I can't put, personally, that's why I would still put Raiders above this game, because I like platforming more than I like combat, just as a general rule. But also, like, the games are, you know, both have strengths and weaknesses. They're mainly focusing on different things. And, like, you know, I don't know how well it would work to have something, like... Because it'd be weird, right? It'd be weird to have a game that had, like, a level-up system and all of this combat customization, but then... Like, that's why the sampler dungeons are, like, a side thing, because it would be weird if, like, most of the levels then took away your weapon to make a more focused challenge when the whole rest of the game is about building up your weapons. So, like, maybe they just are kind of contradictory design philosophies, and I don't know if they both could exist together. But I think there's a better balance that can be struck, I think. I think Raiders strikes it pretty well, but it could be done better, for sure. Waking up every morning with a fresh cup of 4-step level design. I mean, yeah. I don't know. It's just, yeah, I like it. I like 4-step level design. I don't know. Sue me. Because I mean, yeah, that's what I like about the relic hunts, is they are actually 4-step level design. I know not every game needs 4-step level design to be good, but it's like I just don't. I'm worse at analyzing it when it isn't. I mean, I liked the dens. I liked the dens more than the ruins, because I think the dens normally tried to have a gimmick. I like when the combat is gimmicky. I like when it's a level like, okay, you're fighting all slammin' lids, or you're fighting all big shots, or all steel eels. Like, those were more interesting to me, because they had, like, a theme. Whereas the ruins just kind of, like... They weren't just, like, random enemy spam, but it was a lot less... focused to me. It was like, okay, you're just in a room with a bunch of enemies, fight your way out. Obviously having the seasoned staminids as mini bosses was really cool, so I typically liked the third sub level of the ruins, but the first two are a lot less interesting to me. Yeah, because the post game is more like is what I just described as ruins. But I mean, because I don't know, because if the post game, if Bottomless Buffet was like the gimmicky dens, though, I do feel like it would feel more repetitive. I don't know. I don't know. I think the variety works in the main game, but yeah, I'm not sure how they could have handled it better in post game necessarily. Yeah. I mean, it's just like, it comes back to like the side order issue where like, when you design the enemies to always just be following the player, you know, it's hard to make like an arena with like a moving platform, because then what if you just get cornered and screwed over? Which is, I mean, that's always the issue I've had with this kind of enemy design, and why I like the relic hunt level so much is because there is just space in between, or like just space in general to be able to interact with them. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if they were just like bigger, if that would have helped. Like I don't know, because I get the kind of like gameplay loop they're going for. Like they want it to be this kind of fast, you know, little bite-sized combat rooms that you just go through level by level. So I don't know. This is still such a Splatoon song, dude. Gonna crash out over. I don't get why people find floaty fun so annoying when other people use it. Like I get it kind of when it gets in the way, but like I don't know. Generally, I don't feel like it's that. I feel like it's useful, I guess, at least for my weapon. So I'm never too bothered by it. Yeah, I know it was literally made by this Splatoon guy, but it's just funny how much it shows. literally just a despair song. Yeah, like I would absolutely prefer like less enemies overall. I mean, if the game was just fighting bosses and no lessers, low key, that like I think I would like that more. I don't know if that's necessarily what raiders should have been, but for the future, if they're going to do like horde enemies that chase you down, I would rather the horde be bigger enemies that are fewer in number and are more interesting to fight. Like the fodder enemies, just I don't know. I've never found fighting a horde of chum that interesting or fun. I mean, Cohawks, I feel like Cohawks serve more of a purpose. To me, it's like chum, even small fry to an extent are like, oh, they're like the tiny guys you have to look out for. Chum having like no gimmick at all. Like, I think having just like kind of a basic tanky enemy. I mean, then again, I guess, salty tongues. I'm just like looking at what I'm fighting right now, and like salty tongues are also just basic tanky enemies, that deal a big hit. So yeah, low-key, I don't know if we need Cohawks anymore. Hello, Luke Henderson. Welcome to the stream. I think lesser enemies mostly serve a purpose of forcing the player to move. Well, I think that's why I don't like them. Like, I don't know. I'm sure if you actually tried playing the game with lessers removed, like, it would somehow mess with like the gameplay flow, and it might feel worse. I acknowledge that, but like I think my ideal version of a game like this is they figure out a way to make it work. Because it's I don't know. I just think it's boring. I don't like. I don't know. I hope they haven't fully abandoned the idea of enemies in Splatoon like the Octarians. I just think enemies that like aren't just constantly moving at you can also be fun and can also be challenging and interesting. At this point, it would just add more variety, dude. Like, I'm literally at a point where I want to fight things. Like, I don't want to fight literally the Octarians again for story reasons, but I do kind of miss them from a gameplay perspective. Yeah, and stingers and flyfish are there. Oh, you're saying is like, yeah, but like... But the problem with stingers and flyfish is that they force you to move, and then you're moving into the enemies that are moving at you. Like, they actually exacerbate the issue, I think. I mean, it's like, it's not, you know, it's not the issue as in, like, the game is badly designed. It's just, like, my personal taste in what I want Splatoon enemies to be like. Oh yeah, for Stamper, Floaty Fun would be annoying. I don't know if I want to fight the Cuddling army necessarily. I mean, I just think there's different. I think forcing the player to move is a mandatory goal of any enemy, but like there's different ways to do it. Like, I think fighting Octo Snipers is really fun. I think they're some of the most fun Splatoon enemies to avoid and kill. But that's different than a Stinger because there's not a constant beam of death. It's intermittent sniper shots. So you can like weave and like you have like a period where you can move and then a period where you need to dodge. I think like I don't know. It's hard to describe just kind of off the cuff, but like something about that dynamic is way more fun to me than like there is a persistent death beam. You need to hold a direction now or die. Like dodging a sniper line is just feels more interactive to me than that, I guess. I don't know. I need to like think about it to describe it better, but I think like displacement enemies are different than ranged enemies that force you to move. Okay, they're kind of the same thing, but like there's different ways to design them is my point. And I often like the Octarians better. Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing why I don't like the Gelatins. And I mean, the main reason I like this game over Side Order is because the gadgets just allow you to ignore that. Like, the reason I like gadgets so much is because they circumvent the more annoying aspects of salmon design. Like, I can use IV frames with blast boot or flywire to just jump through enemies or reposition myself really easily, which is fun, because otherwise I would be stuck in this pattern of moving exactly as the enemies want me to. So as long as there's an option like that, it's like mostly good. But like my personal preference for like a perfect game is to just like not kind of have that constant friction, where I don't know, I just like I like being able to evade enemies with my core moveset without it being like such an ordeal. I don't know, it's really hard to describe exactly what I mean, but I would like some kind of happy medium, at least between like boss salmonids and Octarians, I guess. Yeah, I'm just talking about like the future, like because I think like I get what they were going for with this game, and I think it mostly works for this game, but like having side order and this game in a row, I don't want this to be the only kind of Splatoon enemy going forward. I mean, just for the sake of variety, if nothing else, I really hope they like kind of go in a new direction for the next game. Yeah, Octo Snipers are built around the environment. I think that's a good point. Is like the level design is what dictates how difficult it is to fight an Octo Sniper, whereas with a Stinger, they just cheat and literally cut through walls. So it's like, you know, it's less interesting to me because it doesn't take advantage of the environment, maybe. So it's like the movement feels more restrictive. I don't know exactly what it is, but that's a part of it for sure. Do you still maintain the theory that Splat 4 will be about the sea? Not necessarily. I mean, that was always a pretty vague guess anyway. Like, I think, interestingly, the one Shiver scroll does explicitly mention, like, ceremonial worship of the sea. So, like, that's clearly still a part of, like, Inkfish culture. So I think a lot of my ideas from that video could still work. Because, like, a coastal city, especially if it's embracing a lot of like traditional aesthetics, could still look very different than what Raiders is going for. Yeah, I think it'd be more likely in a hero mode, not Shy Guy, than a spin-off game. Although if they wanted to make like Kaizo Splatoon platforming spin-off game, that would literally be my favorite thing ever. Probably not like quite. I mean, I don't know if they're willing to push the difficulty of like a game like this so far. I just want to see them ever make like a difficult platforming level that isn't just After Alterna ever again. I would really, really like that. Yeah, I don't know, like the platforming, it's weird because like my main concern going into the game gameplay wise was that like there wouldn't be platforming, or I wouldn't really like the level design. And again, I just like I feel like that wasn't really a problem I ended up having. So now when I'm seeing that opinion, it's like I'm trying to figure out why I don't agree with it. Because like obviously the platforming isn't as like interesting or mechanically like complex as Octo Valley or Canyon or Octo Expansion, but like I don't know, I mean a part of it is just vibes and atmosphere, I guess. I just like it being more immersive definitely partly makes up for it. I don't know, it's, I think it was like an okay balance though. Like it's not as far as I would like it to be pushed, but it also wasn't, it was further than I actually expected. So yeah. Yeah, because like I think that's a part of it too, is like the encounters are a part of the level design. What I like about the Relic Raids is like there's lots of interesting enemy placement. Like off the top of my head, there's like that one ice level where you're on like the icy slope with the plants that let you float in the air, and like a giant Moz just like spawns underneath you all of a sudden. So you kind of have to like jump off the platform and then like float around the ice and stuff. Like there's lots of things like that, or like I'm trying to think of like other examples. There are lots of good examples. I mean, the strong arms fight, for one, where you see it from the cliff and then walk up and you're like, what the hell is this thing? That's like an awesome moment. Yeah, like the enemies are a part of the level design in a way that I think is underrated. And I get that people like are maybe fatigued, like, you know, from the combat and want more variety when they go into the relic raids, but I also think the cohesion there is actually pretty good. Yeah, no, that's why Desert is my least favorite boss. I'd say by a pretty wide margin, is because like all the other bosses are like, okay, we're going to like actually do interesting things with the arena and like restricting the space you can move in, or like giving you new ways to approach the boss, and then Desert is like actually big circle again, like every other Splatoon boss. So yeah, I wasn't a fan of that, but the other bosses do that really, really well. Salt Ultimatum is also just a big, technically it's like an octagon, not a circle, but the way movement is encouraged in that fight makes up for it, especially with Speed Tank. I think that fight is super fun movement, so it doesn't really bother me there. How would you have fixed Desert? I feel like instead of making like chunks of ice fall down, it could have been more interesting to have like pieces of the arena fall into the water. Kind of like Mega Hammer from Mario Galaxy 2. That's the first thing that comes to mind, because then you would have to like jump. I can see that being really chaotic, like maybe then you would like limit the number of enemies in that case. But I don't know, I do like that you can like bot hop over the like piss beam it shoots at you. But I just feel like there could have been more with that. Yeah, the final boss, I agree with a lot of what Prochara said. If any of you have seen his boss ranking video for Raiders, I think his placements are pretty much what I would have put. And yeah, what he was saying with the final boss is like, which I had also noticed this myself, even while playing it the first time, like the spectacle is really cool, and I think, you know, it does really like sell the fight. But like some of the platforming is a little kind of jank or like slow. I think that's my issue, is like the rock platforming is really cool, but it's like you glide down so slowly. It's way better if you have Flywire. But if you don't, then it's like, or like I didn't like think to use Flywire when I was first fighting it, so it's like the pacing feels a little off. And then yeah, I mean the boss barely actually like interacts with you. You're mostly just fighting salmonids and then pressing the drill attack button. I wish it had like a little more going on, like I think Char was saying, like, you know, people are comparing it to Octavio because there's like platforming and then combat, but it's like you're not really interacting with the boss. Like if you could deflect the like fishbone projectiles at it, or if there was more back and forth, I think that would have been better. The surfing section is awesome. I like that part, but yeah. I mean, I don't know. I like the surfing section. I don't mind that just being like a survive moment, I guess, because it's like you have to fight. You know, you have to shoot the projectiles. You have to shoot the rocks. So it's like there's enough going on there that it doesn't bother me. Yeah, I would, if the boss like if the Salmonarch shot the rocks with the laser and destroyed them rather than just trying to shoot you. Also, like the bot hop being so unresponsive there, just sort of sucks. Like that genuinely just feels kind of unpolished. I don't really, I sort of get why it is the way it is for most of the game, but I think for that fight specifically and for Lord Saltomatum, they should have just made it so when you press the X button, the bot hop jumps to you. Like there should not be an exception, because you literally just like have to take damage. I think like you either have to play the fight like absolutely perfect and like micromanage the bot to the point it's annoying, or you have to literally just tank a bunch of damage from the Salmonarch lasers, and like there's nothing you could do. So yeah, I think Salmonarch is still good and a cool fight. And I do like, especially the way the platforming actually gets evolved is pretty cool. Like I actually do like having to like ink like taller platforms and stuff as the fight goes on. But Yeah, it's definitely not the best fight in the game, or one of the best Splatoon fights mechanically, I would say. Yeah, I also like the final phase. I don't know. I sort of almost wish there was like, when you were falling down with the exploration bot, if there was a phase where you had to like dodge rocks or lasers or something as you were like, falling to it. I think having like that long of a cutscene just into a QTE to kill it is a little disappointing. That's more nitpicky, but I don't know. I was hoping for like a proper third phase, I guess. Also, I don't know how hot of a take this is. I think the use of the tricolor shout is actually kind of disappointing. Like, it's still hype, and I'm glad it was there at all, but like, I felt like the whole idea behind that was like, in Rainbow Color Incantation, the Squid Sisters and Off the Hook use leitmotifs from, or not, you know, motifs at least from songs that were like full songs, right? Like you hear Carol Mary Incantation, you hear Ebb and Flow, you know, they're full songs. The point is they aren't just those motifs, they're entire songs. So I thought the whole thing with Team Future was like, oh, we're hearing the motif from a full song that doesn't exist yet, and we will hear in the future. And that's kind of not what it was. We just heard a remix of Rainbow Color Incantation. You know, like I wanted the full final boss song to be the Tricolor Shout theme. That's like more nitpicky, like it's not a big deal, but like it wasn't actually what we were hyping up. I guess it was still cool that it was there, but it wasn't actually like necessarily the payoff that I wanted. Yeah, I mean the point, it's just it wasn't its own song. It literally still sounded like Calamari Incantation at the start. I literally thought Calamari Incantation was playing because they did like the like little percussion thing at the start that like Spicy does, I think. I wouldn't say it wasn't hype enough. Like I think like it was good. Like it totally works in the moment. I just think it wasn't the musical payoff I was hoping for with that song. That's not like really like a knock on the boss fight. I know we were talking about like game design, but it's just a small thing that irked me, I guess. Not irked, I don't know. It was disappointing, I guess, slightly. Yeah, the bass line, yeah. Hello, Train Guy, and thank you. Yes, we hit 25,000 subs, which is really cool. I made a post about that, but yeah, thank you guys for that. I feel like there was a good amount of deep cut music. I don't know, if you count the 3 or 4 hideout ship songs, technically, plus the, like, 3 boss fight songs, that's about what I was expecting. I don't know, I guess, I kind of expected the, excuse me, I expected the, like, main boss fight music in the game to be, like, somehow influenced by deep cut, I guess, and it was very much just a Samanid song, but that, I mean, that makes sense. Yeah, plus the performances. Yeah, I don't know. I was content with the amount of deep cut music and the quality of it, I would say. Yeah, I mean, I still think the final boss is like, it's great. Like the final boss presentation and music is still fantastic. And I like the song that was there. I just think it would have been extra cool if it turned out to actually be the Tricolor Shout, like full song, which isn't really what it was. Yeah, they let Big Man actually sing in this game. I feel like I noticed that through a lot of the songs, like the credits song too. He actually does sing a lot, which is, it's cool. I kind of, it's one of those things where I was always like, it feels like Big Man doesn't sing proportionally compared to the other members. That's kind of lame. And now that he does, I'm like, I kind of actually, I sort of don't love Big Man's vocals, if I'm being completely honest. Like, I don't think they're like bad, but like, it kind of sounds to me like what non-Splatoon fans think of as Splatoon music. Like, it does feel a little excessively gurgly, I guess. It's harder to take seriously. But I like it. It's not bad, but I'm like, I kind of get it now. I kind of get why they didn't use him that much before this point, I guess. Oh my god. Yeah, I guess it'd be cool if they got like an actual vocalist to do Big Man, but kind of too late for that now, I guess. Yeah, I like it. I like it in the ship theme. It's only the credits theme really where it kind of bothers me. I don't know. I like the credits theme a lot, so it's not a deal breaker. It's just like, you know, if I had to choose a least favorite you know, vocalist out of any of the idols, it's very clearly Big Man. I mean, the bad ending's really cool. I don't know how much there is to say besides, like, I mean, it's interesting that the prophecy, I think the most interesting detail about it is that the poses of the two Inklings in the one shot are literally exactly the poses from the Book of Madai scroll. So like it's interesting that I guess the prophecy was like actually like that accurate. I don't know if we're really meant to like read into that too much, but it is cool. It is cool attention to detail, if nothing else. But yeah. Final boss has all their lore surrounding Spiralite, but the game barely mentions it in the main story. I wouldn't say they barely mention it. I mean, they explicitly discover the term Spiralite from the scroll, and like that's like a deep cut cutscene where they talk about it. All the mechanics gear is made out of Spiralite. I know Big Man has some random dialogue on the ship, like talking about it. I don't know. It could have been explained better. I won't deny that, but like I thought it was established well enough, I guess, for me. I don't know. Might be implied that the prophecy occurred before. I guess, yeah, like I don't know. The thing I'm not entirely clear about is like what actually specifically causes each big run. Like we know the Salmon arc causes big run, but like it's not like every big run is a new Salmon arc. Like all of the big runs that happened during Splatoon 3 were just caused by this single Salmon arc who has existed for hundreds of years. So it is possible there was like, you know, a Salmon arc awakening like the one we see in the final boss with each of the 6 previous ones that caused like the full-on apocalypse, and that's probably what the Book of Madai is like warning about. But it's not entirely clear. But yeah, I mean, I would say that makes sense as like a theory or headcanon. I definitely wish we learned more about the original mechanic. At least like their fate. I think it's really weird. Oh, hold on. Okay. I mean, I guess this is fine. Someone we're playing with is apparently not made it past 19. That's chill. I'm mostly just yapping today anyway, so I don't really care. Yeah, I mean, the 7 rings appear during every big run. I know that, but that's what makes the prophecy a little confusing, is because they say, like, when the wording is weird. When smoke rises from the 7 rings. I always thought that was, like, I don't know. I've been trying to, like, logistically make sense of that. Like, how would you even tell if smoke is rising from them? That means the smoke is rising from above the skyline. Like, we're probably just meant to take it as when the 7 rings appear in the sky. Probably don't need to overthink that part. But the point is, the 7 rings appear a lot, and it doesn't always mean the apocalypse. I guess it always means some version of it, so the people who wrote the Book of Madai were at least aware that, like, you know, the 7 rings are the omen or, you know, they're the indicator that a big run is about to occur. Whether or not it is like a Seminarch Awakening level big run, they don't really know. But yeah. No, I think that's fair, Train Boy. I don't know if I necessarily want like a hero mode style campaign specifically, but yeah, I want something different. I definitely don't just want another evolution of the same thing. I think it means the fog. Maybe. The word from is what throws me off. If it's when smoke rises into the seven rings, I'm like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. But it's when the smoke rises from them, which if you're rising from the thing that's in the sky above the cloud level, it's just weird. It's probably not even like that in Japanese, so it's probably not even worth dwelling over. But yeah. It's hard to know, because I don't know, I guess my assumption was that the people who wrote the Book of Madai, I guess the Spiralite Islands probably would have been on the surface. Well, we don't really know that for sure, but it's possible the islands could have surfaced around the time the Book of Madai was written, so they could have known about the Spiralite Islands. But I was kind of under the assumption they didn't know, and they were just observing them in the sky, like from the Splatlands or Encadia area. Yeah, I mean, maybe they had some association with the fog, I guess. I mean, the fog is never really actually explained, which is kind of weird. They like half explain it. It's like, oh, the fog is being produced from the underground ruins where the Samanids are, but like, why or how, or like, why does killing the Samanid stop the fog? That is not really ever actually explained. But yeah. Yeah, it is. I haven't really known what to make of that, but the very last scroll you get in the game is like, by the way, this is not the origin of the Samanids. They actually come from somewhere else. and they just, the Spiralite made them forget where they came from, which is like, I don't know. I don't really know like what the point of adding that detail is necessarily. Like, I think it makes more sense. I guess I never really assumed there was, like, a single origin point. Because there being a single origin point for the Inklings and Octolings is weird, right? Like, that's like a sci-fi thing. That's not, like, how evolution normally works, really. I mean, you have, like, a common ancestor, but, like, there being just one specific region of the world. Like, you know, I don't know. It's... I never assumed that was the case for the Samanids anyway, but I guess it's interesting that it is specifically pointed out. And yeah, like the fog, I don't know. I mean, I think it's fair to assume that like with the technology they had 100 years ago, they didn't just want to like voyage out into the fog for fear of getting stranded or lost. But like, I mean, yeah, never going through the fog like their entire life and presumably just dying on the islands is a bit strange. The fog is also the only reason for the time limit in the game. I feel like we're missing like lore for the fog. I almost hope they cover that in an interview or something, because like literally the reason that every single den in the game has a time limit in universe is because Shiver says this fog creeps me out. Let's not spend too long here. Which is like, it doesn't seem like it should be as like hard a limit as it is in that case. But yeah. Also, yeah, Fry. There's a weird thing Fry says right before Saltametum where she's like, there's one thing I always wanted to do if I got rich. Never mind that for now. That might just be talking about the helicopter scene for the true ending. That's probably the easiest explanation. But I'm not sure. I mean, I don't think we have any way to predict the next antagonist at all. I think there's, until we get like a trailer or anything for Splatoon 4, there's literally no way to predict at this point. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting that like Shiver's family were like what's the term, like anti-Luddites, or is it Lud? I always forget which is which. People who, you know, shun new technology. They banished or exiled the Maverick for using like technology, which is like, I don't know, we haven't really heard that as a concept in Splatoon, especially not for the Octarians. Like that's the especially weird thing, is that was an Octoling family who was against technological development. That's kind of very, very against everything we know about them. So it is pretty odd. Obviously the Ho-Ho-Jiro clan is like especially traditional, it seems, than compared to, like, you know, the Encadia Octarians or whatever, but I don't know, it's interesting. Did they banish for technology or because they traveled far away from it? I thought the scroll said they like learned dangerous technological techniques or something. I could take another look at it, but I thought that's what it was. I didn't really think it was about the traveling part. I think exiling someone for traveling seems a little redundant. But maybe, I don't know. Is it implied that they learned Octarian tech? That could be interesting. I don't really know if that's what they're going for. I need to think on this. I need to look at the scrolls again. I'm honestly not sure. I don't really know anything about how faithful the localization is, but I imagine after side order it probably would be. I don't know. There's nothing that stands out as like things that seem like they would be localized weirdly. Yeah, well, the music is canonically made by, like... I was talking about this on the previous Saturday stream, but, like, I think the Maverick, as credited in Nintendo Music, is meant to be the old mechanic. I think we're meant to believe that's the same person. Can I look at this right now? I can. I'm pressing the wrong button. Oh my god. It was actually, no, it's here, right? Oh yeah, okay, you're right. They went far away without permission and learned dangerous building techniques. Huh. Okay, that's interesting. I wonder if that is meant to be them going to Encadia, to the Encadia Octarians. That's really interesting. I mean, this photo is so interesting too, because it shows all of them with the bot. I don't know. You out? Oh, I did. I guess you. Yeah. I didn't even notice that was you when you first said that. There's been a lot of people talking in chat, but yeah, you outlawed me apparently. I do think that makes sense. Now just don't ask me anything else. Does this mean the Maverick was an Octoling? I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure. It seems pretty heavily implied. I can't go back now. The scroll I just looked at, between the scroll talking about someone from the Ho-Ho-Jiro clan, who are clearly Octolings because Shiver is, plus in that image of the three ancestors, there is an Octoling holding a wrench and blueprints next to the exploration bot. That pretty heavily seems to imply that that is the Maverick. That's Fry's dad? Well, they're from 100 years ago. That would have to be Fry's... It's almost definitely Fry's great-great-grandpa, who was explicitly mentioned as getting something stolen from them by the Samanids, I would imagine. Next campaign it was all a dream? I mean, it's a bit late in the series to do that. Like, what would all be a dream? Just that particular story or the whole thing? Obviously, it would suck if it was the whole thing. Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of hints throughout the game, because they also mention the map was sent back to the mainland on a shark, I believe. Like, so it was, you know, the Maverick was also a shark tamer, which makes sense. I don't, it's shark tamer. I know in my playthrough, I said like shark tamer. I like slurred my speech there on accident. And when I was editing, I was like cringing at it because I'm like, there's not really a way I can fix this in editing. But I don't know why I struggle to say shark tamer. Yeah, cuttlefish is like an exception though. Like, I think Fry's, I mean, Fry only ever talks about her grandpa anyway. Like, her parents, like, someone posted there was some blurb that I wasn't even familiar with, but it was like, there was some place where it's mentioned, like, Fry's parents are always traveling, which is why her grandpa is, like, kind of her main parental figure who actually took care of her, and then she, like, lives with all her siblings. So... I don't know where I'm going with this. She would know, I mean, her grandpa... It makes more sense for it to be her great-grandpa, I think. I just feel like she's very close with her grandpa, so to the extent that she would not know anything about the Spiralite Islands, if her grandpa literally, like, knew the Maverick, I think would be weird. I think it just works better if it's her great. Just the fact that she explicitly mentions her great-grandfather, too, I think, makes more sense. Cuttlefish is just the Squid Sisters' grandpa, but Cuttlefish is weird. Like, Cuttlefish is weirdly old. It was said he was one of the only remaining people, like, to our knowledge, literally the only living people who were alive during the Great Turf War are Cuttlefish and Octavio. So I mean, I don't know. Again, I don't think there's... I don't think we need to argue the, like, kind of pedantic, specific, you know, weird age stuff going on when we literally know around 100 years ago, the Samanids attacked the city and stole stuff, and Fry says, the Samanids stole stuff from my great-great-grandpa. I feel like that's spelling it out for us. I don't know. I hesitate to go against that, because I feel like that is the most explicit evidence. Well, okay, and Judd, yeah. Only members of, like, Inkfish Society, I guess. I don't know, but yes, Judd technically too. Yeah, Fry has, I think, a brother and 2 sisters. She mentioned them throughout random, like, Splatfest dialogue and stuff, too, in Splatoon 3. We've technically known about them, but yeah. They exist. I don't know if we'll ever... Yeah, Judd doesn't count. He's immortal. But yeah, I mean, it fits with the sampler dungeons feeling Octarian because they're made by an Octoling. It especially fits if we run with this theory that, you know, they literally went to the Inkadian Octarians to learn the technology, which is actually really cool. I don't know if we can, like, safely say that's, like, confirmed, but it is a very cool headcanon, and it makes a lot of sense. This is definitely not the Grandfest game. The past winning did not affect this game, for sure. That is for Splatoon 4. Yeah, it would have been nice to get, like, a little more... that's the weird thing with the deep cut lore in this game, is, like, we got deep cut characterization, but all of the actual backstory is, like, actually just for their ancestors and not really them, which is, like... It's cool from, like, a wider world building perspective, and I think adds a lot, but, yeah, we still kind of don't totally have a lot. I mean, I don't know. I guess compared to the other idols, it's, like, the only really fleshed out, like, backstory, we have is, like, Off the Hook meeting. And we do know that, like, Deep Cut met in, like, middle school, and we got, like, that art, and the one, you know, what is it, not the concert. You know what I mean? The school thing where, like, they blew up everything with the shark and the eels. Oh, yeah, this is 100% Spiral. Obviously, that codename makes perfect sense for this. But, I mean, the game, like... I don't think the game being in development before the theme necessarily... that's not the main reason I would say this isn't the past game. That's a factor, but, like, I imagine Splatoon 3 was in some level of development in 2019 when Final Fest ended, and you know they just were able to pivot to the chaos theming later when they needed to. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure the families were like acquainted, but like they became friends in middle school, seemingly. The Maverick got banished. Yeah, well, that's true. Maybe the Ho-Ho-Jiro clan didn't help the Octarians in the Great Turf War because of their technology. That's a really interesting thought. I guess the only reason I'm stuck on that is because like it still feels like other Octolings could have helped, but like I guess that they are this big, influential, culturally important family, that could still make sense. I do like that a lot as an explanation. So cool. I'm absorbing some good headcanons on this stream, I guess. Thank you. Yeah, I do kind of like the scrolls being split into the categories, and I like. I mean, I've said a few times, like I do think the scrolls in this game are like really, really good for Sunken Scroll standards, or briny scrolls, I guess. But I also, especially like before the game came out, I had said like, you know, I'm a little sad it's just scrolls again, because I thought it was cool how other campaigns had like kind of specific, unique ways of giving lore, but they basically did that because the Maverick's notes felt like distinct from just like a generic Sunken Scroll. Like it did enough that did not bother me. Just for the record, I guess. I think the Maverick notes being a separate thing from like the Splatsville lore was very cool. Been seeing too much Squid Sisters slander. Yeah, I mean, the problem is if Nintendo gives them more content, then they'll also just get slandered for stealing all the content. kind of between a rock and a hard place there. I think people literally don't know the Squid Sisters stories exist. Not that that's like the best thing ever, but I think that does so much for their characters, like relatively speaking. So I don't know. I still like the Squid Sisters. They'll never make me hate the Squid Sisters, but I mean, I still say I still like the Squid Sisters probably more than Deep Cut still. I don't know. I have too much like bias and nostalgia with that, but I don't know. It's not. I don't really feel the need to rank them, I guess. Do you think this game will affect Splatoon 4's story? Not in any like super significant way. I mean, Big Run won't happen, but if you mean like story mode, hero mode, probably won't really have an impact now. I don't really know why it would. Oh, sorry. I hit my mic. They're easily the weakest. I mean, in terms of like storytelling, I don't know. Like, I think they're fun characters. I think they're news. I think I like the Squid Sisters news the most, for whatever that's worth. I think they have the best news dialogue. I don't know. I don't really care for idle debate, I guess, right now. My favorite, I would still say, is Off the Hook. But I mean, that's just because they're in the best story mode. Like, I don't know. It's just not really a fair comparison because I feel like the types of content each has gotten is very different. I don't think they'll remove Salmon Run. Because nothing in Raiders, like, Raiders suggests that big runs won't happen anymore, but Salmon Run is still a thing that would happen, so lore-wise, they wouldn't need to, and gameplay-wise, I don't think they would want to remove Salmon Run as a mode. I mean, I saw that one post that was like, you know, give me a game like Raiders but with off the hook, and then people were like, off the hook fans are greedy or something. But like, I don't know. It's like that was just a case of one individual saying something and then people being like, every fan of this character is this way. That was just a Twitter moment. I don't know, man. I would not put too much stake into it. I mean, I think ARC players just didn't come back because of King Salmonids, honestly. Like, there's no reason that and Lost Outpost wouldn't have returned, except for the bosses are too big to fit on them. I literally think that's why. Yeah, I mean, I hope they change it. I hope they change Salmon Run significantly. If someone else wants to hop in, we got an open spot now. Are the skill points made by well, this, I mean, the Maverick leaves the skill point books, right? I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, there's the skill point icon. I mean, they make the books that give you the skill points, so that might have just been like their like kind of like logo or like signature. I don't know. I could see it being something as simple as that. I don't know if skill points are like a that's one of those things where it's like skill points are just sort of a video game concept. I don't know how canon they like literally are. But I guess the books are canon, so we can just think of it as like the Mavericks icon. It's a clip of a guy trying to shoot a fly fish in the face in Salmon Run a week ago. Yeah, dude, I mean, I'm literally not playing Salmon Run again until Splatoon 4, at least. Like, I don't care. I don't. I'm not playing Salmon Run after Raiders, there's no way. Yeah, I definitely think they can evolve Salmon Run in a way that is interesting and in a way that doesn't just literally turn it into Raiders. I have faith they can figure it out. Thank you, Luke. I'm glad you're having fun. Yeah, like it's... Yeah, I mean, the skill points are just the mechanic, like learning how the tech works based on what the Maverick wrote in the books, pretty much. What salmon had the right mind to put treasure and gear into spiralite crystals? I also think that's kind of just a video game-ism. I don't know. We know the salmonids canonically put stuff in the treasure chest from one scroll, but like the scrolls being in the crystals, I feel like is, or the chest being in the crystals, I think is just kind of a video game thing to give you shards and treasure at the same time. I don't think we need to think too deeply about that. Or, I mean, the salt could have just formed naturally, too. They could have left the chest there, and then the salt naturally formed around it, maybe, I guess. Yeah, it'd be cool to integrate spiralite, like maybe not just gadgets like verbatim as they are in Raiders into Salmon Run, but some kind of like spiralite enhanced tech could be cool. I would like to see that. Yeah, I'll hop back on Splatoon 3. I'll probably stream Splatfest next weekend just because, but yeah, I'm not too inclined to get back on the game right now. I literally have not touched Splatoon 3 since Raiders came out. Marina turns the Memverse into the online co-op and it replaces Salmon Run. That's been like thrown around. I've kind of considered it. I don't know, because I do feel like a big part of Salmon Run is like the aesthetic. Like you could functionally just make the gelatins like Salmon Run, but I feel like that'd be, I could see people being kind of disappointed in that. And like again, there's not like technically a lore reason for stopping Salmon Run, so I don't think that would be it. Yeah, it's definitely supposed to be the mechanic making the weapons and not literally dropping out of Salmonid's bodies. Look at my Summerfest Squid Sisters icons, yes. Which team are you voting for? Oh god, I don't even remember the theme. Probably theme park. It's Palace, theme park, and beach, right? I think theme park. That's what I did last time. Oh god. Okay. Yeah, I'll get the new splatter shot when I play Fest. There's no rush to hop on. My Raiders save data is not going anywhere. Yeah, I feel like theme park is just the obvious answer. I don't know. Yeah, but like the Salmonids, like I think there is some level of defense. Like I'm very much on the side of like the Inklings are mostly the bad guys in Salmon Run and are largely overstepping in their quote unquote defense of the city. But like I don't think we can just say Salmon Run is over because Grizzco is over. Like the Salmon Runs came first. Like it's still a thing the Inklings deal with. I don't know. I think it would actually be kind of like, I think there's some kind of happy medium where you advance the narrative of Salmon Run without removing Salmon Run or just keeping it exactly the same. But I think removing it would actually be kind of, it would feel like flimsy world building to just kind of be like, oh yeah, it's not a problem anymore because we didn't want to do it anymore. Like I don't know. I don't think that would actually be good. The game is silent on purpose. I just wanted to listen to other music today. I have already gotten comments on the video of people telling me I need to 30 star the splatter shot. It's not happening. I'm not doing that. I can tell you right now. Or 70 star, whatever it is at this point, yeah. Still gotta know what Little Judd is using the eggs for. I mean, he might just be selling them though. Right? Like I feel people forget that Grizzco like is an actual company. Like they do actually provide power to Inkfish Society. Grizz just kept the golden eggs for rocket fuel and to make fuzzy ooze. But like he gave the normal power eggs to the people of Ingopolis and the Splatlands. So like Judd could just be doing that now and making money. There doesn't necessarily have to be something deeper to it. Using them to power the professor's machine and make an army. He low-key could do that, couldn't he? Uh-oh, hang on. Don't don't give me actual reasons to think Little Judd could be a villain. I guess he could just keep cloning himself, couldn't he? You would think he would have done that already, though. I don't know. Little Judd army. I hope not, bro. I mean, that'd be too morbid though, because you can't just shoot a cat and have it explode in a puddle of ink the way a squid or a fish does. Like you shoot a cat, it's a corpse with blood. Like I'm sure they could have some dumb explanation for it, but I don't know. Is Judd getting old? I mean, Judd is over 12,000 years old and has not aged noticeably yet, so I think he's fine. I have gone the Goldies, yes. I have gone all Salmonid research. The only thing I need is weapons at this point. Let me, on that note, I can't check, never mind. I get confused. There's like 3 different levels of readying up in this game. I always get confused at what point you can go and look at the horde and stuff. It's just Ape Escape with Judds. That would be something. Instead of Judd dying, he breaks into 1,000 little Judds, because Judd is actually a combination of 1,000 little Judds that work like an ant colony. Sure. I don't know, man. I don't even know if I want Judd lore. I'm like, it's the same thing as the Grizz, where I'm like, if they want to address it, sure, but if they don't, I don't care. That's fine. We could just not talk about that. I do really like that Agent 8 art with Judd. There's 2 different pieces of official art with like Agent 8 hanging out with Judd and Little Judd for some reason, now that I think about it. I guess it's just an Octoling, but it's, you know, the default look for 8. Show us the goalie lore? I can show it. Can I join? I haven't had a real like system for people joining. It's kind of just been like someone's been dropping out and another person has been filling the slot. So we'll see. If this group goes for a really long time, I can ask people to swap out, but for now I'm just gonna probably keep going until people have to leave. This song is so good. I love Densha Tech music, dude. Yeah, it bothered me less than I thought it would throughout the actual game. I don't like that they just call the mechanic. But I don't know. I'm kind of over it at this point, honestly. Like, I wish they had a name, but they just don't, so no use crying about it, I guess. I don't know. Maybe they just like being called that? I guess, yeah. I don't know. Yeah. It's better than Mecha. I don't hate Mecha. I mean, it would have been dumb if that was like literally their canon name and Deep Cut called them Mecha, but I don't know. I know one of the promo characters is named like Akira or something. But then apparently, honestly, to my delight, they have not given names to the other promo characters. So I won't have to deal with people like, you know, making fan art and shipping the characters that don't actually exist in canon, and that annoying me. I know that's my problem, but yeah, I don't know. People might start calling them Akira because of the promo character, but I don't really care. The mechanic's name is Gundam. I am kind of a John Splatoon hater. I'm only a hater to the extent that people think Agent 3 is canonically named Kaori and John. But like, I don't know. I know it's my problem. It's just a pet peeve. I think most of them have names. It's weird for raiders to not have names for them. There just wasn't enough direct footage of multiplayer, I think, to that was not a primo. Okay. None of the promo names are canon. It's just the default like online names. In Splatoon 1 specifically, they took them from the Wii Sports Club user Mii's. It's just a default list of names for online functionality. So no, it is not canonically John and Kaori Splatoon. They're literally just Mii names ripped from another game. So that's why it bothers me. Someone wanted Goldie lore. I can show the Goldie lore because I did grind for them. It said one is born every 10,000 Seminids. They're considered special even among the Seminids, and it's rumored that seeing them will bring you good luck. Each and every accessory they wear is carefully selected. They don't follow trends, setting their own unique style instead, earning the admiration of other Seminids. There you go. Wondering which Inkling is the matte Inkling? I don't know if they have matte, because it's not Wii Sports. It's specifically like Wii Sports Club, or it's the Wii U one, which I don't know if it has the same selection. Where'd the name Maverick come from? From Nintendo Music, of all places. Which, like, that's not, like, fully confirmed. I think it makes sense to call them the Maverick, but it's the music for the sampler dungeons is by the Maverick. And Maverick aligns with the way they're characterized in the scroll, where it talks about them being like a free thinker and stuff. We have an open slot, by the way, if someone does want to hop in. The lore was not worth 30 goldies. Yeah, it was not. But yeah, the one Claustral, the song Claustral is by the Maverick, which is like the like more upbeat sampler dungeon song. So I don't know. If the other ones aren't all by the Maverick, then maybe that's up to debate. But as long as the only one we know is by the Maverick, I think it makes sense to call the mechanic the Maverick, the old mechanic. It's just better than the ancient, like, because the game doesn't even, they call them like the engineer most consistently, I think, or like the old researcher. Maverick is just better. I like Maverick better than having this weird, you know, 3 other names for them, I guess. So yeah. It's basically just a remake of Wii Sports. Yeah, I don't know. They made Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort, and everything since has just been reusing the same content, I think. Like, aren't like the golf levels in Switch Sports literally just like the Wii Sports ones again or something? Did I misspell the code or something? Do I have to cancel? There we go. Sorry, that's my bad. Again, there's like 4 different levels of readying up. Or do I have to go back from here even? Oh my god, reopen recruitment. Why'd I have to go back 3 times? There we go. There we go. Now someone can join. My bad. The Samonid wearing the crown of the Omnivore. I know the scroll you mean. I guess I didn't really think about it being... I guess it would make sense if that's the Salmon Arc. Maybe one of the, like, earlier ones? Because they describe it as, in this scroll, they say... No, which one is it? They use the term, like, their liege. The Salmonids, give up, offerings to their liege. There we go. Salmonids typically parade throughout the realm before opening the gate that leads to their liege, and then offering Spiralite and tribute to the Golden Power Egg. Well, this is talking about the current Salmon Arc, but still, like, describing it as a liege suggests that it is, you know, and the term monarch, it would make sense if this is the Salmon Arc, yes. But probably a previous one and not the current one. Well, definitely a previous one, because the current one was an egg, and then it was God. But yeah. It makes sense that smaller, or the previous Salmon Arcs would have been born out of the egg looking more like a ordinary Salmonid, and not immediately, like, ascending to, like, the 3-headed god form that we fight as the final boss. Yeah, so yeah, Big Run seems to be the festival days that the Salmonids have, probably, to celebrate the Golden Egg. That makes sense. They open up the door and the hole. Actually, okay, yeah, that's definitely it. Is Big Run is the festivals where they open up the door and then the egg summons the seven rings. That makes sense. Cool. Okay. I haven't like gone back too much in my own time and like reread the scrolls, so it's kind of fun working this out like together on stream. But yeah, that makes sense. Maybe I should make a video just like explaining the lore. I don't know. I figured most of it was kind of obvious and self-evident, but like there are some things you have to kind of piece together yourself. It might be kind of nice to just have like a comprehensive, at least a video like on the salmon arc maybe. I just taught Cosmic Salmon to lore? I mean, basically, yeah. It's in the game, but yeah, you help me piece it together at least. Yeah, because the salmon arc gets stronger every time. That's explicit. I will make lore videos. I need to like I mean, up until now I've literally just been editing my playthrough. I finally got the post-game video done yesterday. Yo, check that out if you haven't seen the post-game video uploaded yesterday. But yeah, I mean, next step is definitely some kind of yapping. Yeah. I mean, it would be nice to get a dev interview for Raiders maybe before making a video, is the thing. So, like, I don't know. It's going to take a while for me to kind of get my thoughts together. Because, like, I don't know. Like, it might be nice to just do, like, a lore explained thing. I know some people, like, have gotten, you know, from watching my videos, that's how they, like, got an understanding of the lore. But, like, a lot of the time, that's not the point of my videos. I'm just kind of describing the lore, and I'm like, okay, most people aren't as obsessive as me, so I probably have to like explain the lore first. But like, I normally have like a point that I'm actually trying to make. Of course, my most popular video on my channel is the sanitization one, which is just me explaining the lore. So I don't know. There can be a little bit of both. There's room for both for sure. It's like every time a salmon arc is born, a new ring is added, so the Book of Medai worked as a sort of countdown to the apocalypse. Maybe. I like the idea that a ring is added every time a salmon arc is formed. That seems implied by the fact that there are specifically 7 generations of salmon arcs that have existed. But the difference is we don't know how long the current salmon arc has existed. Like, I think people... it's easy to assume that the Book of Medai was written like before any of the salmon arcs or like during the first one, but like the current one has been in the egg for hundreds of years, and we don't really know how old the Book of Medai is. I guess presumably at least 2,000 years old if we assume that, like, depending on how much of a Bible parallel it is, I guess. And we're assuming that like the year structure, is based around some kind of, you know, considering we do have Squid Jesus, basically, it's maybe fair to assume that year 1 of the mollusk era calendar is the, you know, existence of the squid prophet. So it's probably safe to assume the Book of Medai... What? When was the Old Testament written in real life? Was that before? That was before Jesus. I don't know enough about like real life Bible lore. I need to double check that. Who is Squid Jesus? In the Alterna logs, there is a squid prophet who is like the progenitor of the modern Inkling, who is effectively seemingly a parallel for like Squid Jesus, I think. I mean, this is just real lore, DG. I'm I'm trying to work through this myself. I don't know. Jesus fandom goes crazy. Lore goes deep. It does. It really does. Old Testament is very old. Right. Okay. That makes sense. I had to think about it for a second. I'm like, is the Bible as old as Jesus? No, that doesn't make sense because there was stuff before Jesus. Old Testament is mega ancient. Some sources that say dates back like 5,000 plus years or something. Okay. So, yeah. So it's possible the Book of Medai... When was Revelations written, though? Because the Book of Medai seems to specifically be like a Revelations parallel. So that's probably not older than like 5,000 years. Are we still talking about Splatoon? Yes. Yeah, GC is the Old Testament. Okay, but Revelations. What is in what part of the Bible is Revelations? That's New Testament, right? I think. I'm sorry if there are Christian viewers who expect me to be more up on my real Bible lore. I'm not quite as well versed as I am in Splatoon lore. Probably. I don't know if that's true. That's probably true. That probably is true, to be honest. I thought it was the last one. Okay, so yeah. So Book of Madai could be around. I still don't feel like it would be like the first. The Seven Rings does throw a wrench in it, right? I need to look at because I'm pretty sure the specific wording in the Salmon Arc fun facts is that it's been absorbing spiralate for hundreds of years. And like hundreds of years could mean almost 2,000 years if you wanted it to. But it's very vague. The timeline is vague. So it's hard to know if the seventh ring was a part of the prophecy or if there were already 7 rings. That's what I'm getting back to is how many rings existed when they wrote about the 7 rings in the Book of Madai, which I would say we don't know. The ultimate conclusion here is I don't know. But food for thought, I guess. See you, Creep Bro. Thanks for hanging out. I guess I'm not. Am I a Bible LARPer if I don't claim to have extensive knowledge? I think that's the issue with the word LARPer. Sometimes you just don't know things, and you're not claiming that you know things. You just don't know them. Yeah, the number 7. I mean, I think that makes sense though. Now, like I think it was more of a mystery, but now it's like 7 Salmon Arcs, 7 rings, 7 generations. That's the same thing I just said. 7. Yeah. 7 matters because of the 7 Salmon Arcs and the 7 rings, I would say. I think that's why it is the thing. And it was 70 years. Every 70 years, a big run happened before the newest Salmon Arc, where they started happening more frequently. Yeah, I'm not that intelligent when it doesn't come to Splatoon, trust me. Do you think Rainbow Color Incantation, do you think the melody was from on high? I don't think it's that literal. I think from like a Splatoon series perspective, it's like, oh, this is a motif we will hear in the future again. I don't think it was necessarily like Deep Cut got a premonition about a song they haven't written yet. It's kind of a cool idea, but that seems like overly complicated to me. I mean, it'd be cool if they collaborated with Mechanics since they are canonically a musician, but I don't know if there's really a way for us to know that until we get the official soundtrack. I wish they would patch a jukebox into this game, dude. I really want to know the song titles and have clean rips of the, not rips of the songs, but people can play the song without sound effects in the jukebox and then upload it to YouTube, and that'd be nice. Pigman had a vision, maybe. I don't think there's anything particularly. I mean, we know that the Salmon Arc creates, electromagnetic distortions, and it can clearly, like, once hatched, it can literally just lift rocks into the sky. So I think it's stored up energy causing the tectonic shift is a reasonable conclusion to draw. I think it could have just been totally natural, but considering it's at the core of the islands, I do think that would make sense if it was caused by the Salmon Arc. Yeah, that'd be cool if mechanic cameos just through the soundtrack in Splatoon 4. That'd be kind of neat. You're implying that you can't do this? What, cause a tectonic shift? Yeah, I don't think I can. Yeah, I noticed that, mice. I mean, it probably just means that Nebula is a word in the final boss song, I would imagine. But I don't really know if there's a way we can, you know, reverse engineer that. I think we just kind of gotta wait for the title. Hello, Smack. It just goes hard, man. I don't know. Detective OST and Raiders is a good combo. So is Unbeatable soundtrack and Raiders, which D-Cell has been uploading all of the Unbeatable OST to YouTube individually, which is very nice. I think every salmon arc would be around 1,700 years old. Is that because of the number 7, or like what? Where does that number come from? Do you think other Atlantis come up from the sea? I don't know. I mean, tectonic plates are normally very big, so in theory maybe, but I don't feel like every like new location in Splatoon would have to be justified as like, oh, this emerged from the sea. I feel like we can just kind of go new places, so I don't really know if it would matter either way. Is it out on Switch 2 yet? Unbeatable? No. There was some announcement about it. I didn't actually watch. They like announced that it was coming out, but then there was some other update about it. So I'm not sure. I would say check their YouTube, I guess. I'm not sure what the state of that is right now. I mean, I think the other seminars could have just died. I don't know. I don't really know if yeah, I don't know why I got stuck on that thought. I think they could have just died of natural causes, I guess. Are salmon arcs above fish diseases? I mean, probably not the first ones. Because, I mean, I do think that scroll that we were looking at earlier with the crown does imply, like, you know, they, you know, the first few salmon arcs were just kind of normal salmonids. Yeah, Deep Cut's family. Well, I mean, because the Maverick didn't even stop the salmon arc, so yeah, no, I mean, I don't think they all had to be killed. So okay, I'm really glad someone pointed that out, actually, because now that I think about it, so that is specifically the Crown of the Omnivore and the Royal Scepter, which we collect as relics in the game. I forget where you get the Royal Scepter, but I know Crown of the Omnivore is specifically you collect the 3 pieces of that from the 3 main bosses of the game. So I almost wonder if the Mythics were trying to like ascend to Salmon Arc status. Like it definitely, it seems significant that they would have the pieces of it. Yeah, I mean, the secret boss definitely could have more lore, but I feel like it's explained decently by the fun facts, I thought. It's weird that the relic exists, I guess. I don't know why there's just this naturally spawning golden salt shaker in the depths of the world. But well, maybe it like receded there though. Like maybe the relic existed on the surface, because it said it used to be a guardian of the relic, and then it became obsessed with it and used it for itself. So I feel like it probably didn't always used to lurk on like floor 100. Regal Scepter is found in the buffet. Okay. Yeah, I mean, the huge fry thing is weird. I will say, I had been saying, like, my headcanon connection there was that maybe, the salmon arc was a KG salmon. I feel like it's more likely that it's just born out of a golden egg, right? I feel like it being a golden egg matters. Like, it's specifically a golden power egg. They mistake it for gold and treasure. The golden eggs we know are the more valuable ones. So, like, this is actually something I was thinking about. Like, that's probably the reason the salmonids consider the gold eggs precious, right? I don't know how much this makes sense for Encadia salmonids, but, like, the golden eggs are the ones that have the potential to become the salmon arc, maybe. And that's why they don't trade them away. That seems like that makes sense. That's not, like, explicit, but I don't know why that wouldn't work. I mean, small fry was special, yeah, because it's a KG salmon. It got separated from the swarm and became extremely hungry, like, which explains why it eats the fuzzy ooze. But I don't really think that explains why it can transform into a giant monster. I don't know. I feel like it might also have something to do with, like, a golden egg. I mean, Huge Fry was definitely not well thought out. I don't know if it was padding out runtime as much as just wanting a big spectacle. Yeah, like, it's the only golden egg in the whole game. They specifically replaced golden eggs with mega power eggs. So I feel like it being gold is significant. Yeah, marine life energy is stupid and sucks and isn't explained. And again, like, I don't even care necessarily if the games acknowledge it, because at this point it's just like it's just dumb, and, like, you know, retconning in an explanation would not make that moment any less stupid. But if it was somehow tied into Saltomatum, I wouldn't totally complain if it gave us a little more reasoning. Also, cool dude, I don't know if you're here. If you want to ready up, we've been waiting for a minute. I mean, we're just yapping anyway, so no pressure. But there we go. I wasn't sure if you just forgot. I have no idea why they talk about the 3 lights when Huge Fry spawns in. There's no actual connection there. It makes no sense. I don't think Huge Fry stopped the Great Flood. I still literally just think it was the Alterna hatch opening up, but it is weird how vague the game is about that. It's the only explanation that makes any sense, but also, like, isn't explicit, so I don't know. Yeah, I'm kind of with you, Big Jonas. Like, I just, I don't know. I think Saltomatum was a good choice where they kind of subtly acknowledge it and maybe connect it to the game, but, like, without, you know, making it like a super big deal. I kind of like the subtle callbacks rather than it being like, here's explaining side order story that we should have explained in the game. Or not side order, Return of the Manlies. I mean, yeah, I get the 3 lights existing, but specifically them referencing, like, when Huge Fry transforms, they're like, you know, 3 lights united to consume the disaster. And there aren't even, like, I guess there's, like, 3 spirals of light, I guess. But in the scroll, it specifically shows the 3 deep cut family emblems, so I don't know. Accidental side order shade, yeah. Side order's catching plenty of not even strays, plenty of direct hits from my comparisons to this game. So we don't need to drag it down to the the story discussion. Yeah, like it shouldn't matter. Like I don't think marine life energy is ever gonna matter. And if it is, I feel like it will just be explained in some way that's more interesting anyway. Like it's like soul power. It's just Undertale bullshit again. It always just comes back to Undertale. I don't know. No elaboration on souls in this game. That was just a side order thing, I guess, for now, which I guess is fine. I don't know. I still don't know how much I want on souls either, to be completely honest. Like, again, in the context of sanitization, it works. Like, but it's I don't know if we need too much broader elaboration after that. Still confused on who or what actually did stop the Great Flood. Yeah, me too. I guess me too. Because I don't know, Deep Cut's family had something to do with it. I don't think that's just a lie, unless they just, like, walked up and said, like, flood, go away, and then the Alterna hatch opened up. I don't know. It just seems weird to me that, like, you would specifically have, like, this massive crater that we know got filled with water. And we know has a giant hatch on the top that can open and close, but then not explicitly confirm that that's where the flood went. So I don't know. Oh my god, that's my bad. I was just looking at chat. Did the water enter Alterna? It's been like a headcanon of mine, and some other people have definitely said it before. Because if you look at the Splatoon 3 scroll, it's like in the crater, right? Like, I think it is. I think you literally see the water kind of swirling. It's not like a whirlpool, like it's not like super explicit, but like that would just make sense to me. And that reduces the flooding. Yeah, that's I don't know. That's the idea I like to go with, but it's not confirmed. Seems like a lot of water. Yeah. Well, then I mean, the whole structure of Alterna is just weird because it's like, well, there's a giant megaopolis in the kettle. So, like, could the water go there? I don't know, because the kettles aren't explained, and the levels aren't explained, so I don't know. But, yeah. I mean, the thing is, the flood wasn't associated with the Samnids until Raiders. So, like, yeah, now we're led to believe that the actual disaster that the scroll is describing isn't the flood, but it's Samnids attacking the city. And the 3 Deep Cut clans fought off the Samnids. So, I don't know, maybe the flood just receded naturally and that scroll was just misleading because they didn't know what they were doing, and by they I mean the writers of the game. I don't know. Whipping up shit in a kettle. Actual shit in a kettle. That's I didn't even think about how that meme works for Splatoon. That's actually kind of hilarious. The U3 Fall Alterna absolutely should have led to some amount of brain damage. Yeah, I mean, Inklings just don't take fall damage. I don't know. I don't know if it's worth thinking about. Except for Agent 8, apparently you can hit your head and lose your memory, but actually that's probably not what happened to them, and actually they got sanitized off screen and Cuttlefish was just wrong, but that still means that is a thing that can happen. So I don't know, man. Brain damage and Return of the Mammalians. Yeah, maybe they go together. I mean, in theory, they could, yeah, like, shoot ink below them. But, I mean, you know, that's not how liquid... Like, if we were trying to apply real-life physics to this, like, falling into a liquid at a high enough point, you reach a terminal velocity, it's basically the same as hitting concrete. Like, the force of your momentum slowing that abruptly is still enough to kill you. So... I mean, this is the same campaign where they ride a shark into space, so like it's just not. I just don't think we're meant to think about it. Yeah, it's not the bucket trick in Minecraft. Oh, you just mean like when the mechanic lands in a level. I mean, I think that's just to look cool. I don't think that's like an explanation for reducing fall damage. I mean, the deep cut also just lands in a mech suit. You know, I mean, I guess they use the rocket thrusters to slow the momentum a little bit. I guess, but it's just not. Yeah, Little Buddy also literally is just a fish that flies into space with its fins. Like, it's just not. Like, in general, I don't think this is worth thinking too deeply about in Splatoon, but especially for Return of the Mammalians, it is just not worth our time. I don't know, man. I still like, okay, also why in this game, like, it's not Return of the Mammalian levels, but like, why does Master Mega grow wings made out of eels? Like, why do they just have to throw that in there? I don't know. It's almost a thing where like, I wish it did that for longer and we actually like rode Master Mega and they did anything with it. Cause as it is, it's just like, what was the point of that? Like, it does it for like 2 seconds. Like, it could have just drove up the eels and hit the bot and launched us into the sky the same way without the wings. Like that, I guess it's for aura, but like, I feel like it's a negative aura. I feel like it's just stupider. I don't know. It is, I mean, yeah, it's still better than what happens in Return of the Mammalians, but it's like, what are we doing, man? To take 1 month off Erasicus's life. I feel like I'm almost, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure they're also not a huge fan of the wacky physics, but I don't know. I personally feel more bothered by it than I have ever seen them express. It was hype and you know it. I don't know, man. The rest of the cutscene is hype. I think the part where the music cuts out and they start plummeting back down immediately saves it for me. Like, I think that is insane hype. But it's just a little goofy. The eel screen a rail for Master Mega. Yeah, I don't know. They could just do that. I don't know. That doesn't feel, the reason that doesn't bother me as much is because at least Master Mega literally has rocket boosters. So it's like, I mean, like, obviously it would slip off the eels. Like, that doesn't make any sense, but like, it makes more sense than the eels forming ink wings. I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't be talking about this if we were in a level already. Cool, dude. I don't know. Can you ready up again, please? So we don't have to keep talking about the shark with wings. Maybe it needed the lotus juice track. Yeah, maybe. I don't know, man. Okay, now imagining ink wings as a special though. Like shadow generation wings, but made out of ink. That would maybe go hard actually on an inkling, just not on a shark. do. Telling me balance S4? I mean, I'm just talking pure, like, aura and design. I don't know how that would function. Yeah, I mean, if you made it look sort of like fins, like Flappetizer's wings almost, that could be cool. That could be really cool, actually. Or oh yeah, pool floaties. that might not be quite as auraful, but yeah, that's an option, I guess. This song is so Mario Party in a way I really like. Interesting to have a game with augments instead of weapons. I mean, a I don't know, a lot of specials are still weapons. I prefer the weapons, if I'm being honest. Like, I don't know. Transformations and augments and stuff are cool, but there's a point where it's like, okay, how many things can Inklings just do? They can just turn into Krakens, they can turn into Zipcaster, like, from a lore perspective, there's a point where I feel like it's... I like there to be a balance, at least, of, like, weapons and transformations. Oh my god. I don't know how you'd fit parasailing into, like, a special, like, you need a boat for that normally. I feel like there's just too much going on there. That's like a single player gimmick maybe, but a special, I don't know. Ink enhancing drugs? I mean, that's just what special cans are. Like, literally. I think, didn't Rassicus... I think it was in the water video they went into detail about that. I mean, it was like a head cannon, but it's like, you know, you eat food in a can and then gain special. Like, it's basically drugs. I mean, calling it limiter lore is generous. The limiter exists, and I guess now we do know it's like a mechanical thing that can be adjusted. But I don't know. I think it's cool as a concept. I would like it to be elaborated on, but Raiders didn't really do anything with it. I think ink armor. I like ink armor. I actually think that's cool. It's like they're like creating like a ink, like extra layer of like ink skin around themselves that hardens. I think it's cool. And Bubbler, I always just assumed was like a device, and it wasn't them like. I don't think Bubbler's like an innate power, because force fields have been a pretty consistent, like piece of technology in Splatoon's world. Like Octavio has force fields, spawn points have force fields. You have Bubbler and Big Bubbler. You have Slam and Lids, actually. That's an example. Like, so yeah, I would just assume it's like a piece of technology and not like a innate power. Yeah, the ink armor would be like a kind of like an exoskeleton. Yeah, more like a membrane than a skeleton. Just got called into super spicy pudding den. One second, I gotta... Yeah, I kind of don't like that about Raiders, actually. The fact that respawning is just like... Because initially I thought they were respawning out of the top of the bot, which would have made sense, because it even has like the kettle theming. But you just kind of respawn in like a blob out of nowhere. Like, it's just sort of... It's just kind of nothing. I don't know. I wish there was more going on there, to be honest. Like, they could have had the drone. They could have literally just had a spawn drone from Splatoon 3, to be honest. Like, at least, like, the visual for it. Like, because I get the, you know... I like the mechanic of respawning in the air and then getting, like, the air boost so you can kind of glide around and reposition yourself. But, like, they could just put the spawn drone under the animation. Like, and it could have worked for gameplay and lore if they did that. Because the bot, the reason I guess they might have not done the bot is because, like, you don't always spawn right on top of the bot. I actually really don't understand how respawning works in this game. I feel like the respawn point in, like, a den is very, like, random. I don't actually really know how that works. It's just, like, vaguely above where you died-ish. But, like, I just wish the drone flew in. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the weird thing too, is Salmon Run makes the spawn device the ink tank explicitly, and this game has these like super high-tech ink tanks, but those also aren't the respawn device. So I just wish there was a visual for it. I need to select the dungeon, that's my bad. Added some mechanic power scaling. I think they have enough, bro. I think they have enough. I guess we can assume that they're all non-canon, but I don't know. That's kind of lame. Well, no, because Fry, sometimes Fry sits on the edge here, and she mentions like, "What? Worried I'm gonna fall in? Don't worry, it won't happen for the 4th time," which implies she died in water and respawned. So, like, I don't know. I don't think they would be so chill about all the stuff they do if they didn't have access to respawn technology. I don't get why you can't revive players in multiplayer like Salmon Run. I mean, I think that would make the game too easy. I think it makes sense to set a limit on lives instead, because otherwise you could just go forever and never lose. Like, I mean, you could still lose for not getting the, you know, the egg quota in time, I guess, but I don't know. I think that would make the game too easy. Yeah, I mean, I think the implication is there's some kind of respawn point on the hideout chip, but I just wish there physically actually was one. Also, yeah, that's true. They comment on you dying. I mean, there's checkpoints in the sampler dungeons. Limited lives and reviving people. I mean, that would just be less convenient, right? If you're losing a life and you need to then be revived, like, I mean, that would just make the game, that'd be the other extreme, it would make the game really hard in multiplayer. I don't know. I personally would rather just respawn. I was never a big fan of waddling around in a, in a life tube. I mean, it's kind of funny, but, you know. I don't miss it. It's not a part of Salmon Run I can say I miss personally. Checkpoints. Well, I mean, it doesn't make it inconsistent. I mean, like, it does, but I don't know. I would rather it make sense somewhere than nowhere, I guess, personally. Like, they might as well use the checkpoints. I don't know. Feels like you're a baby crying for help when you die in Salmon Run. Yeah. Which, like, I don't know. I like the revive system in Salmon Run. I just wouldn't want it in Raiders. Limited amount of revives. I would want it to be global though, because then what if you die and then you just like your friends play the second half of the level for you? I mean, you have to be pretty bad, but like, I don't know. I like that when you die, everyone fails. Especially because like if you're playing through the game for the first time, then you like, and then like you die early at a level, and then you just miss out on something. Like, I wouldn't like that. I like the system they went with. I don't know. I could see like arguments for changing it, but I feel like they kind of went with the ideal solution. Does the mechanic use Master Omega to get back to the ship? Yeah, I mean, the loading screen... The loading screen seems to imply that, and that cutscene at the start, where Master Omega and the eels take the treasure back. I think, you know, they just expedite that, because for gameplay it'd be really boring to see that every time. But yeah, that seems to be the implication. Master Omega does have a respawn point, that's true. I don't think the mechanic is using that, but I guess Shiver and Fry could on the hideout chip. They just have to hope Master Omega doesn't like dive underwater while they're trying to use it, I guess. I guess he's loyal to Shiver. I mean, portable, that's my thing, is like, just use the Splatoon 3 drones. Like, portable respawn devices are already canon and established. You just had to put it there. You just had to put it there when the animation plays. I wouldn't even mind if it just like conveniently flies in from off screen and you don't see it the rest of the time. Like, I just wish it was there when they respawned. Shiver epically pranking Fry by drowning her. I mean, that seems in character. Some kind of weapon. It's really funny to me the way Primo weapons look on the ground. Like, it's literally just like absolute blinding light. Like, please pick up this fucking item like your life depends on it, when you don't even have to pick it up. Like, I know that's just what all games like this do when there's a rare drop on the ground, but it's like, it's so bright. I hate this combo of ink colors because I'm colorblind. I mean, there's the, there's the color lock option, right? I guess if you can see all of the rest of them, you might not want to use that. I don't know. The light of God, yeah. I keep forgetting I have to select. I'm sorry. I'm normally not the host. You can probably tell. This has never been an issue in Splatoon before. Oh, interesting. I mean, yeah, sorry, that sucks. I don't know. I don't. It is weird. You have to. I mean, Nintendo, I'm sure they do some kind of accessibility testing, but they're definitely weird about not having. I don't know. They're very inconsistent with stuff like that. It would be nice, like, especially like in like multiplayer, I get that there's like a lot of different color combinations to account for, but in a game like this, it's like there's what, like 5? Like, there's not a lot of different ink colors you can even be in this game. It does feel like they could just like actually have a dedicated colorblind settings to like select which ones can appear and which ones can't. Yeah, I mean, I didn't even like, I was not paying attention to what the ink color was. Was it these? I don't know. Yeah, I mean, they're very behind. They're very behind. We don't even have a music slider. Like music volume versus sound effects volume slider. Which, like, at least in multiplayer Splatoon, there's the argument of like, oh, well, then it would be meta to play with no music, and like, I don't know. I don't care. I feel like if it would be meta to do that, then okay, it'd be meta to do that. Like, who cares? If you want music in Splatoon, just play with the music then. Or play with it lower, even. I don't really think there's any excuse. But especially for a game like this, where there's not even that excuse, yeah, there's no reason for there not to be volume sliders in this game. Yeah, and splatter color screen. Oh, okay. Someone wanted to upgrade a weapon. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, Pokemon Sword and Shield had an item like 2 hours into the game that's just a random NPC that gives you the volume slider. That's so dumb. Sounds like a take from someone who hasn't played any other shooter with the music thing? Or like people complaining about it being meta. I don't know, because I mean, I do think other shooters are really boring for not having music, and like I get that it's like you know, you do actually have to like listen to footsteps and sound effects and stuff. Like I like that Splatoon has music. I would keep the music on. Like I kind of, I don't know, I get the perspective, but I also think I don't know how much overlap there is between people who love the music in Splatoon and people who are sweaty enough to play with it muted, to be honest. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of a... I feel like it would be worthwhile. I feel like it would benefit more players than it would harm to add volume sliders. Someone told me to unpick a dungeon because they were upgrading weapon. It was Luke. Oh, okay, they're good now. Sorry. I was not reading every message. There we go. I mean, I would also love a music selection like Smash Bros. Where we could, you know, decide which songs play. That's my ideal. Because there's always, I mean, I don't know. I've never hated the music in any game, but there's always been like a couple of songs that I'm like, I just don't need to hear this one. Yeah, I mean, I imagine that's pretty low priority for Nintendo, but yes, we could we could get montages with music and sound effects without the Splatoon music at like 2% in the background. I don't know. Okay, we got two Seaside hate posts in a row. I never got the Seaside hate. I think they're fine. Yeah, I mean, I get like, I get the perspective of like, I want to enjoy the music of Splatoon's world without feeling like I'm at a competitive disadvantage, but like, I just don't think it's that deep. I don't think it's that big of a disadvantage. I don't feel like it's that big a deal. I don't know. I just think it. I don't know. Arguing like I get the point that is being made, but to not have a volume slider does not justify that point. So it's still, you know. It's not an excuse for me. Cool dude. If you are ready, please ready up. I'm not. I don't know. Technical to the metal. I get why people don't like those. I'm not too much of a Damp Socks hater either. Either. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't think it would hurt to let people use the music from past games. I'm like, part of it is like the immersion factor, in terms of not bringing back old music. Like, they want to sell the idea that Splatoon is like a living, changing world where like the trends in music change over the years. So I do like the selection of music being different in each game, but I can understand for people who aren't as invested. You know, they just want to hear the music from the previous games. So. That point is like, I at least see where Nintendo is coming from on that one. But yeah, I mean, I get it. See, the thing with that, Big Jonas, is like, I think I actually like Clickbait the most as a song out of the three of them, but I have like the least like, well, I don't know if I have the least like emotional attachment to it. I never loved Incoming. I'm not a big Incoming guy. I'm not a big Splatak guy either. Splatak is just like the legacy factor and like the Inner Agent 3 fight bias, or not inner, normal Agent 3 fight. I mean, I know that's a different version anyway, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not huge on I'm not huge on Incoming. I just don't like Wet Floor's vocals. I've said that before. I think the vocals bring it down for me. Yeah, clickbait is like actually really good. Like it's so overplayed. I think that's the problem with clickbait. I overplayed it when we only had the demo version and I was just listening to it for myself, and then the game overplayed it in like every like ad and stuff, and like I feel like clickbait was the most oversaturated. That's probably just recency bias. I'm sure they did that for Splatoon 1 and 2 also. I probably saw less like ad spots for Splatoon 1 and 2 to be fair. But yeah, I like clickbait a lot. Incoming doesn't really dress my salad either. I've not heard that particular turn of phrase before. Yeah, clickbait. It also helps, I think, that clickbait is used more as like an actual main motif. Like, you hear split attack and incoming in the tutorial, in the multiplayer version, and in the testing range. You technically hear split attack in like Maritime Memory, and then in Octo Expansion. So I guess split attack probably has the best use. But then clickbait, you hear in the tutorial, in the multiplayer version, in the lobby terminal, and in the big run, like salmon run version of it, which is really cool. I think that's probably why I like incoming the least, is it just doesn't actually get the most like development and usage throughout the game. I like my main themes to appear in other songs. I think that is a good way to make them more memorable and have more identity as like the theme of the game. And incoming, I don't know, does incoming appear anywhere besides the tutorial, test range, and multiplayer track? Dude, I hate the Raiders ads. I'm still getting them too. They're so... Dude, the Raiders ads are so bad. I got one on my phone this morning. I kid you not. I started scripting a video about why Splatoon's advertising is bad. Because it's like, I've had thoughts for a while. I talked about it a lot when I did the trailer ranking. But I genuinely want to like talk about it in depth. Like, because it's like, they still have not figured it out. They still have not figured it out. They just don't know how to advertise Splatoon in the West, at least. I still consider the Reef. I know Starfish is the one on the box art, but the Reef is still like the Splatoon 2 map to me. It's like the first in the list, right? When in like private battles and stuff. Yeah, this world is designed to krill you. I hate the one part where he's like, with weapons that match your madness, and then he like laughs. It's just really off-putting. It's just weird. I don't like them. I don't like the guy. The ads don't make me like the game. It's weird. There's YouTube ads for Raiders. They're probably like TV ad spots as well, but I know them from just the YouTube ads. It's just weird. You stop putting words in Splatoon trailers. Yeah, I mean, definitely the puns are like... I mean, that's my thing. So, I mean, this is kind of the thesis of the video, is just like, they can never figure out... The voice of the ads never matches the voice of the games. Like... It's... Like, I don't know... You know, like the vibe of the game and the kind of atmosphere and like the way the game is presented is just they just like, it's never, the ads never actually like capture it. Oh god, yeah, I forgot about that one actually. The one that's like the modern slang one. That was really, really bad. See, I don't even, the Squid Research Lab, I don't even like. I prefer the new one. I prefer Cassandra Lee Morris as the Splatoon narrator. I think that is actually the best they've done at kind of just like being kid friendly without feeling really patronizing and like stupid. Like we're better than you're a kid now, you're a squid now, but some Splatoon 3 ads are like genuinely like on that level. And Raiders is just this weird, it's just weird, bro. It's just like, this isn't appealing to anyone. No, because the Wii U ads were worse. The Wii U ads did literally tarnish the reputation of the series in the West for the following decade and counting. Those were worse, but they haven't gotten much better. That line doesn't even make sense, by the way. A world where the salmon fight back, like implying that the average person is fighting salmon. Like what do you mean where they fight back? I'm not fighting fish in real life. What are you talking about? Like that line makes no sense. It's so dumb. Like I guess humanity, you know, captures salmon. It's just weird. It's just weird. It's a weird line. It sucks. All they need to do is show off gameplay. Just show off gameplay, pick out the like 3 songs that are like agreeable to normal people and stick with that, bro. That's all you need to do. Eating salmon IRL and you get a bone in it that's what fighting salmon IRL is just trying to eat it off the bone. Or I don't know, man. I don't know why they do that, TG. Yeah, that's a whole other thing. At least that's not Splatoon specific though. Like, because I don't like it is what I'm talking about is a Splatoon problem. Is like Splatoon is just a weird game, and Nintendo of America does not know what to do with it. They do not know how to advertise it. They have not figured it out in a decade. Like they know how to advertise Zelda. They know how to advertise Mario. Like they have that figured out. There's some cringe moments, there's some weird wording, and like, you know, there's still some weirdness about it because there always will be with Nintendo, but like they mostly got it down. Whereas with Splatoon, it's like the trailers don't even like sell people on the game because they're just bad. I don't know anything about Pokemon ads, so I cannot comment on that. The only comment I have on Pokemon ads is that they all feel like they're trying to like nostalgia slot me, and I have not played any game pre-Sun, so I just don't care. I feel like they're really alienating as a non-Pokemon fan, because Pokemon's all just like, Pokemon for the past 30 years, look at all these nostalgic characters you love. I'm like, I don't know what any of this is. Like that's my thing with Pokemon, is like the ads don't pull me in because they're never talking to me. I'm glad they're hiring young people for development, but they need to start hiring them for marketing too. Yeah, for real. I have zero interest in ZA. I'm sorry. I watched some streamers play it. I'm good. I'm good not being interested in Pokemon. I gave it a few tries. I played a few of the games. I'm like, you know, not for me. I'm just good. I'm good at this point. I do not think it will start appealing to me at any point. Maybe in like a couple more generations. I don't know. I'm perfectly fine waiting. Yeah, I mean, part of it is that they're patronizing and feel like they're for 9-year-olds, which, to be fair, you know, that is a part of Splatoon's market. Like compared to like Mario, I mean, Mario, I don't know, I think Mario they do actually get is like they have to market it to everyone and not just kids, but like Splatoon, like I get that in the West I feel like that's like Nintendo of America's decision though. Like I don't think the game has to skew younger. I don't think it really does in Japan as much. It's just Nintendo of America is like, okay, we don't know what to do with this game. It's on the Wii U where all our marketing is focused towards kids. So I guess we're going to make it about like for kids. And it's like the kid friendly shooter is like, you know, basically what its reputation was. So they just sort of rolled with it. But it's like, you know, I'm not like, you know, I know what it is. Like I'm not trying to be like, you know, Splatoon is this, you know, I mean, it is though. Like on the same level as Mario, I think Splatoon is very much like an everyone can enjoy this type of game. And I really wish they would, I don't know. I just wish they'd have ads that make it look cool. They did it for Octo expansion and then never again. Yeah, it's definitely still haunted by Wii U marketing. Yeah, I think like that's the thing too, is like you can do Squid Research Lab in like a compelling way. Like I don't even dislike that angle of it. They just have to do it in a way that isn't stupid and patronizing. You could totally make it work. And again, like I think the Splatoon, I mean, not that, you know, the Splatoon 3 Direct barely leans into the Squid Research Lab angle. You know, she just kind of says it at the start and that's that. Well, there's it's sprinkled throughout there, but like I don't know. I think that is fine. I think the Splatoon 3 Direct was fine. I guess the Raiders Direct. It's like the ad spots and stuff. It's like I still think the trailers are bad too. I think the directs are fine. It's the trailers and the like ads that suffer. The trailers aren't patronizing. They're just really bad at actually showing off the video game for some reason. So what we need is a new Nasty Pussy song. We just might. I mostly meant the visuals and like kind of structure of the trailer, but yeah, that couldn't hurt. Yeah, I think the Raiders trailers were mostly pretty bad. I mean, it just baffles me that they didn't show off the mining levels. That's kind of my thing, is like I think like there's so much in this game that you can show people to you know, make it not just look like Salmon Run but a fleshed out game, but they just made the trailers look like Salmon Run but a fleshed out game, and I feel like that's the takeaway everyone had from them. Like, you know, referring to more like casual, like I know we as hyper fans kind of figured out there was more stuff going on, but like the trailers literally just look like Salmon Run. And I just don't know why, because there's just other things they could have shown. They barely showed the sampler dungeons. They barely showed the mining levels. Like, it's just weird. There's just more stuff in the game that they just didn't show. Yeah, it's well, I don't know. The overview trailers are spoil. The overview trailers spoil too much. I thought the direct was okay. I think they need to stop showing clips from cutscenes that are literally at the end of the game, because the direct did have literally the final boss intro cutscene in it. There was a Japanese ad that literally had the final drill cutscene on it, which is actually insane. But for the most part, I actually don't think it's that bad, besides the overview trailers, which overview trailers should just come out like 3 days after the game and not like 2 days before, and then we'd be fine. I mean, I literally was debating with people like, huh, this kind of looks like they're literally showing an end of the game cutscene. That's kind of unfortunate. It also literally had the Anarchy Rainbow remix in it, by the way. You know, like the second to last song that you hear in the game. Oh yeah, and I did. Apparently, the overview trailer showed one of the final boss songs too. I think I watched it after the fact at some point. I like skimmed through the overview trailer afterwards, but I knew to not watch it before, because overview just means spoiler. It means we are spoiling the game, the trailer. I've learned that the hard way. Well, okay, I mean, that's the frustrating thing is with Nintendo Music. They added, I think I ranted about this on the last stream or sometime recently, but yeah, they literally have a feature to like hide the spoilery songs to not show them before you've beaten the game. But then they're like, okay, but actually we're also just going to only upload 9 of the songs onto Nintendo Music anyway. So that feature is completely pointless. And also, we are going to spoil the final boss song in the trailer. So I don't know, man. I don't know what they're doing with that. That's that's a whole other thing. This song is really good. I like this song. let's get some posy vibes in here. Oh my god. These guys will not die. Here we go. Yeah, I mean, leakers are a whole other problem. Don't get me started on leakers. I mean, there's no... Maybe in their mind they think that, like, less people would buy the game if they could listen to the music on Nintendo Music, even though that's literally, like, probably statistically, objectively incorrect, and the opposite thing would happen, is that more people would buy the game because they thought the music was cool. But, like, that's the only justification I could think of, because, like, literally what other incentive would they have to not upload the soundtrack of a new game? I just don't get it. Yeah, I mean, I don't... Even calling it a good idea, I feel like is generous, bro. They could have literally just put the songs on YouTube and Spotify. They could literally just be normal and do what everyone else does. Like, I don't know. I would not complain. I don't really need a Nintendo Music app, if I'm being for real. I mean, I just want to know the names of songs. I don't know. I want to listen. I want to be able to listen to the full soundtrack to be able to fairly judge it. I feel like part of the reason I have mixed feelings on it is because it's so hard to actually listen to the songs that I do like. Like, I think the Ice Airy music is really good. I think, like, the Lava Battle theme is cool, but I don't know the names of any of them, so I can't, like, remember them really. And I can't listen to them without, like, weird, you know, people trying to remove the sound fix from them on YouTube uploads. Like... It's just weird. It's just weird. I'm sure they'll do an official soundtrack release. It's just dumb. It's just dumb. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind too much about hearing like a code name from a leaker. I'd rather not know. I'd rather leaks not exist, but knowing Project Spiral did not bother me, especially because everyone thought it was Splatoon 4 and then it was Raiders anyway, so like, a codename doesn't tell you much. Which is obviously the point of a codename. But yeah. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like, sometimes it's not good to know something's coming if it's too early, which Nintendo has proved through their own official announcements. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't like leakers. Oh, is this the Iron Mouse one? I always forget which one it is. Aren't there? There's like two of them, right? I don't know. I'm literally just playing the video they have of the entire soundtrack. Yes, this is the Iron Mouse song. Yes, it is. Raiders OST versus Iron Mouse vocals. Debate. don't actually. I mean, you can if you want. Yeah, Pyoro was less, like, obtrusive. Nate the Hate literally, like, spoiled Nintendo's entire 2026, which is kind of crazy. That's, like, definitely too much. Yeah, I don't dislike this song. I don't know, the Iron Mouse vocals, I just kind of, it's just goofy to me. Like, it's not even in a bad way, it's just like, I can't wholeheartedly say I like them, but I don't dislike the song because of them. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna be a leaker, at least be fun with it. Like, yeah, like Fiora did like the weird like images. I don't know. I mean, that's still like stupid. They need to get Nate the Hate, bro. They need to stop that guy. I mean, a direct is probably coming up too, is the thing. I know people have actually been speculating, and I mean, you know, probably a dangerous line of thinking, right? Probably shouldn't say this or do this, but because of the Nintendo Switch 2 price hike, some people are like, oh, well, this direct has to be really good, right? Because they really need to sell people on the Switch now that it's going up $50. So, I mean, I think there will be, like, definitely one or two heavy hitters. We don't know anything really for 2027 from Nintendo, as far as I'm aware. And, like, it's about the time a Smash Bros. Or a Mario would normally come out on a console, so, like, I don't know. I don't want to get my hopes up, but it's like... there's gonna be something. There's gonna be at least, like, one big thing, I feel like. And there's normally a September Direct, so, like, it'll probably be soon. You think Nintendo will have a sensible business strategy? I mean, yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna definitely, like, just with the how slow the kind of rollout of like the big games has been for Switch 2, I feel like I will keep my expectations in check. But I don't know, man. Switch 2 directs haven't been great so far, to be honest. Like, they've been okay. They haven't been for me for the most part. Like, if Raiders and Deltarune weren't in the last one, I would, like, literally have not cared about anything. Which, to be fair, I mean, Raiders is Nintendo, so props for that. But the one before, I literally did not care about, like, anything. And I don't know, the launch it's been weird. I'm really excited to see... I feel like we talked about this recently. I don't know. I'm excited to see Splatoon's representation in the next Smash Bros. Because I feel like it will be a lot more than what we got in Ultimate. I don't know. Smash speculation is a whole field of study. I feel like it's a whole era, or a whole sect of the internet that I don't know if I necessarily want to dip my toes too far into. But it is kind of fun. I mean, neither of them were that surprising, to be honest. Deltarune is harder to account for, but I was expecting it. You know, chapters 3 and 4 released in a direct. I've been following the newsletters, and the timing seemed to line up. Like, it kind of made sense for Deltarune to be there. And it also made sense for Raiders to be there. So, I don't know. I was excited for both and liked both trailers, but neither were particularly surprising, I would say. My stupid ass thought it was going to be Pikmin? I mean, that's like a ton of people thought it would be Pikmin. I feel like I've seen that in a lot of reactions. The genre variety has been awful. Yeah, it's a lot of just like... I don't know. I'm just like... As someone who mostly plays Nintendo and indie games, there's always just the news of like, here's this other game from other consoles and PC coming to Switch, but it looks worse. Like, those announcements are just never exciting to me. And like, sometimes they are. I mean, like, the Nier port is cool to see. It's still the worst way to play Nier because it looks worse than everywhere else, but like, you know, that's cool. Like, I don't know. There's some things I'm like happy to see. And like, I do play like some other games, obviously. Like, I don't want to just make it sound like my taste is like terrible or like very limited. It's a little limited, and I'm not afraid to admit that. But yeah, I don't know. I just like, they know what people are watching a Nintendo Direct for, I feel like, and they do not always manage to deliver. And sometimes that's just how it works out with how development schedules are. Like, I get it. I'm not like mad. It's just sometimes a little disappointing. And they haven't had a banger for Switch 2 yet. They haven't had a full-on banger direct, I don't think. And I'm just not sure they will, because like they just don't have to anymore. They can just have one good game every like 6 months, and that's like enough to sustain them. So I don't know. Yeah, I mean Ocarina just being such a nothing burger too. Because I don't know, like I have mixed feelings on the remake in general, but just not showing anything. Like, that's so lame. To show a remake announcement and not show what the remake looks like you're just not telling people anything about the game. I don't know. I definitely needed more from that. Even without it being leaked ahead of time, I feel like. Hello, Radiant Blaze, welcome. I just want like two big games, like a good opener and a good closer for the direct. We haven't had like a super banger like that in a while, I feel like. To be fair, Fire Emblem is just not for me, so that is a big game for a lot of people. It's just not me. We're just talking about Switch 2 directs in general, and just hoping that the next one will be better, pretty much. Yeah, Thousand Year Door remake reveal is crazy. They showed everything. Like, they were like, yes, the battles are unchanged. Yes, the NPCs are unchanged. The music is remixed. Like, we got so much information out of that. For like, that's how you reveal a remake. It looks like they had fun making raiders, unlike Splatoon 3. I don't know if I'd say unlike Splatoon 3. I don't know if they had fun making Alterna. I think they had fun making the multiplayer. I don't know. I mean, that's a hard thing to actually evaluate, but I do like the vibes of Raiders for sure. Xenoblade Genesis is a big deal. I don't know. I don't know if I have another Xenoblade game in me. I've only played 3. And I really like the story, but the gameplay I did not like at all. So it's hard to commit to that. But that is, I mean, obviously that's a big deal. Xenoblade is a big deal. Yeah, and it's not like they spoiled anything in the Thousand Year Door thing. They just showed what they needed to. Like the game just has a variety of stuff to show off anyway, so. Yeah, I mean, I think the teams are because this I watched like there's that guy Nintendo Forecast. I don't know if you guys know him. He's just a channel who just talks about Nintendo stuff basically. And I watched his video on like the credits of Raiders, and it does seem like it was basically like half of the Splatoon 3 team like split off to make Raiders, while presumably the other half is continuing to make Splatoon 4. So like I think Animal Crossing is like pretty much a distinct team at this point. Like I do think it's like I don't know Gami produced New Horizons, but I think it's pretty distinct at this point. I don't know if it's really I don't know, like I don't think it makes too much sense to compare like the dev teams of Animal Crossing and Splatoon at this point, from what I understand. The new year of the Octoling, just every 8 year. I mean, probably like unironically, that's probably when Splatoon 4 is coming out, so. Sorry if I'm sloshing nothing, I'm trying to reach out. Yeah, I really hope Splatoon 4 will be in a better place. Like, I do feel like Raiders is a good thing to tide over Splatoon fans. I feel like they know they have to cook. They really got to differentiate the game. Like, I don't know. I feel like they know. I have lots of faith in the Splatoon dev team. I think they will deliver next time for sure. Any new releases you're looking forward to? Honestly, at the moment, not really. Not off the top of my head. I feel like I might end up getting Ocarina of Time remake against my better judgment. I'm really interested in Zelda. I'm really interested in where the series is going. As someone, like, I recently played most of the classic games and loved them, and I really did not like Tears of the Kingdom. So I'm in like a weird spot right now where it's like I want to like the series a lot, but I don't really like the direction it's been going in. I did not like Echoes of Wisdom very much, but I'm interested. I'm very interested. So I mean, I'm curious about Ocarina of Time remake. Definitely want to see more. But in terms of like other, I don't know. There's not really any like indie games. I guess, I mean, whenever Silk Song Sea of Sorrow comes out, I'll probably play that day one. There hasn't been much news on that. I'm looking forward to things that don't have an announced release date, yeah. Tenchi Attack 2, I mean, hey. I don't necessarily, I want that, I'm excited for whatever that team will cook next. I don't necessarily want a Tenchi Attack 2. Yeah, I don't know. Fire Emblem looks like a good video game. It's just the gameplay is not for me, but I hope other people enjoy that. I don't know. I need to find more indie games because yeah, besides Zelda, I don't think Nintendo's really gonna give me much before the end of the year. Basically went through all of Japan, that's true. It's just not a game that needs a sequel. It's just like, it's such a... The game had an idea, it developed that idea in a bunch of different cool, interesting ways. It had like a basic story it wanted to tell and some cool lore it wanted to show off. It did all of that, and then it was done. And like, it's just, you just don't need a sequel for everything. I really think it just did everything it wanted to. Okay, see you, Luke. Thanks for the games. If anyone else wants to hop in, can reopen. Right, there you go. Yeah, no problem, Luke. Glad you enjoyed. This is a good one. I mean, there are no bad ones. There are no bad songs in Tenchi Attack. Oh, we can go Bottomless again. Cool. Might as well. Oh, I didn't even realize that wasn't you that joined side up. Well, yeah, probably better to let new people in. I know I don't. I've always, I always feel bad for like not having like a proper system, but like it kind of works just letting people come in. I don't know, works well enough. Da, da, da. Okay, we actually lock in more because we're on a much higher level now. Oh. There we go. Cool. Yeah, they could have done a little bit more with the status effects. I mean, Scorch is also just kind of useless. Like, I feel like Freeze is just the good one. Ferment is like the also good one. Freeze is definitely the most interesting. I feel like Ferment just... I don't know, Ferment and Scorch just don't really actually change the gameplay enough. I wish there was a bit more like strategy to using it, maybe. Aside from 3D Mario and Smash, what else did you want from a Direct? That's a good question. I look, you don't know what I want from Nintendo right now. 3D Mario is like the big one. Like 3D Mario is like one of my favorite series ever. I love 3D Mario. Where was the spring jump? Just anything like new multiplayer would be cool. I feel like there's not a lot of like good first party, like Splatoon and Mario Kart and Smash Bros have always kind of been the like trifecta. Well, not always, but since Wii U have been the trifecta. I feel like they could use just another multiplayer game that doesn't die in like a month, like ARMS. That'd be cool. There was some like MMO game or something. There was like the Nintendo Switch Online beta test thing that happened a while ago. I only know a little bit about that, but like they were seemingly testing for some like new type of game, and nothing has actually come of that yet. So very curious about that. Not Drag X Drive. You're supposed to pronounce it Drag and Drive, right? Even though it's Drag X Drive. I don't know. New Kirby would be cool. That's true. If they do like a Forgotten Land 2, I would be very down for that. Like I just came out of the ground. I thought there's normally like something indicating like the pipe or whatever. Oh god. You were speculating that was testing for if FF14 could work? Oh, that'd be kind of unfortunate if that's all it is. I thought it was like a Nintendo Wii game though. Like I thought it was like a specific game. It wasn't just like the online that was being tested. Oh yeah, Duskbloods. The Duskbloods advertising has been so weird, like weirdly non-existent. I'm not really interested in that game. I'm not really like a FromSoft Souls guy, but it's also just weird that they like haven't really shown anything. So even if I was interested or wanted to be interested, I really couldn't know anything because they haven't shown anything. So is Bloodborne's marketing? Well, yeah, but this is a post-Elden Ring world. You would think they would have, like, the resources. I don't know. I'm not too invested in FromSoft, so it's not really not my area anyway. I just, you know. It's interesting that there is a Nintendo exclusive FromSoft game. I might just keep playing it until we get through the whole Dunch Attack soundtrack. Seems like a good stopping point. We got 30 more minutes about. Or 40 minutes? Okay, that's a bit long. I might stop a bit before then. I don't know. I mean, it's a pretty chill stream today. I can go for 4 hours. They tried Ice Climbers the way they did. I don't know if you can bring back Ice Climbers the same way as Kid Icarus. I mean, maybe you can. Could also just get a new Kid Icarus, seeing as it's been basically as long since the 3DS one as it was, you know, the previous games before that. I did see the Kingdom Hearts stuff. I'm not a Kingdom Hearts fan, but I know people who are, so I've seen it. I don't really have much to add, I guess. I think it's funny that they baited people into thinking it was Coco 2, apparently, and then it was like Sora showed up. I think that's what happened. Aside from soccer, I had canon. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like Pit is like, I guess it's just my own taste, but I feel like Pit feels like an inherently more interesting and versatile character than Ice Climbers are, but maybe not. I'm sure you could do something cool with them. I don't know if it would. I just personally probably wouldn't care as much, to be honest. I guess that's where I'm coming from. Maybe it would be good, but not exactly the first franchise, the Dead franchise that I would point to. No, I think there was, like, they announced Coco 2, but then I think it immediately went into gameplay of Kingdom Hearts that was just like the guy from Coco. I forget his name, I'm sorry. I watched Coco like once, like on streaming, like 5 years after it was relevant. Not that Disney movies stopped being relevant, but when it was out, I guess is what I should have said. But yeah, I think it was like a weird, the way they presented it was like weird. Ice Climbers about to be the next Celeste. I mean, I guess if they give Nana and Popo depression and gender dysphoria, then we'll see how that goes. I don't know. That'd be pretty awesome. Maybe. I don't like Sora being real the whole game. Also, that's my 2 cents on Kingdom Hearts 4 is like I assume he's going back to like the cartoony proportions eventually, but I kind of thought that would just be like the thing when he was in like the real life Tokyo world. Nintendo goes woke yet again. And do they stop being woke between releases? They had a woke period after Tomodachi Life had non-binary Miis, and then the woke decays until they reinstate their wokeness, I guess. They both transition. That's the plot of the game. That could I want to say that could work. Someone could make it work, surely. Oh my god, I'm dead. Gay icon Ike from Fire Emblem about to say the F slur in the next game. I don't know about Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem seems like it's like woke, but also like anime booby game at the same time. I don't know what's going on there. I don't I don't go there. I hear some things. I played Three Houses. That one was cool, I guess. No, I know Ike is gay. I know that's like a thing. Mpreg and Tomodachi Life prior to GTA 6. I literally, dude, GTA 6 is so funny to me because like I just don't like remotely care. But it's like whenever people talk about the game, they're like, this will be the biggest media release of all time, which like it very well may be. It's just like, it's crazy to me how hyped that game is, and I literally forget it's coming out. Like, I don't know. Are GTA games worth the hype? Like, is it really that serious? They're going dark woke. They have guns. Yeah, the character designs seem pretty woke. That's true. I guess if that's how we're evaluating it. They're worth the hype for boring people. It's gun and ball gamer Christmas, I guess. I thought I grabbed on there. I don't know. I'll watch Vinny Vinesauce play GTA. That'll probably be my experience with it. And then he'll get bored of it in like 2 weeks. Well, maybe not. I don't know. He played Cyberpunk for a while. Not that that's the same type of game exactly, but it is a little bit. You drive cars around an open world city. Shoot. I need to big man this very instant. Never mind. I got carried. Okay, we have 1 life for this floor. Surely nothing bad will happen. $100 for a code in a box. I mean, a lot of people will, unfortunately. I believe it does smack, but I would recommend doing it on spicy and super spicy because it's kind of worth it for the levels. Oops. Come on. Oh, we have another floor? We lost all our lives except one on the first floor? I thought that was the second one. Okay. We'll be fine. I mean, that one went fine. Surely we'll be fine. Too mellow, yes. Oh my god. You guys need to die. Heard friends tell me they watch your level and boss ring reviews purely because of how passionate you are about, despite not playing Splatoon. I've heard that on a few videos, yeah. Which, to be fair, I've done that before. I watch a lot of people talking about Sonic level design for some reason. I have this weird relationship with the Sonic series where it's like I don't really want to go through and actually play all of the games, but I think that like style and energy and music is cool, and I like hearing people talk about it. Which I imagine is actually very similar to how a lot of people feel about Splatoon. So I kind of get it. But yeah, I've gotten comments like that a few times. But a good amount of times, actually. I do think it's cool. I could turn the... I don't know. I probably should have like checked on my own. I think the music's a bit quiet, but people were saying earlier that it was fine. Turn it up a bit. It does seem really quiet. That's fine. I mean, we're this far in the stream anyway, so it is what it is. Do. 3D Yoshi? I mean, we just got a Yoshi, so it'd probably be a while. I don't know. I don't have any particular interest in Yoshi outside of when Mario is riding him, if I'm being completely honest. But maybe it could be cool. I feel like just what a Yoshi game even is anymore is like a kind of a question mark, because it's like the most recent one wasn't even really like a platformer exactly. It was like a weird exploration discovery game. So I don't know. I didn't even say it in a weird way. I said, okay, whatever. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just haven't played any of the Yoshi games actually, so I can't really say anything good or bad about them. I just don't know. I can't say I was interested in Mysterious Book, but I heard some people liked it. I do know people like Woolly World. I need to play Tropical Freeze too. I don't know, 2D platformers just don't call to me the way 3D games do. I low-key wish they would make Celeste 64 into an entire game. I should replay Celeste 64. That was actually, like, really fun. That could be a stream, maybe. I don't know. It'd be very random, but it was cool. The rest of 2D DK is pretty mid. I haven't played them, but I feel like there's a whole generation of people who still say Country 2 is like one of the best platformers. Oh, this is the ink color? Oh, yeah. Yeah, green and yellow. That is a weird combo. I could see how that could be a problem. I guess, I mean, they at least try to have like the slightly different texture in the salmon and ink, but yeah, I could see that being bad. I mean, I don't know. I'm LARPing. I don't know anything about Donkey Kong Country. I just, well, I know some things. I know the music is good. I know King K. Rool is there. But yeah, I don't really know. I just know Tropical Freeze people say is very, very good. Welcome back, Luke. Oh, Prize yelling at me to scrap weapons. Hold on. Can I do that from here? No. Hang on. This is the wrong place. Did I get more? I got 108. I've gotten 3 weapons out of this entire stream, which has been 3.5 hours. Awesome. I have not played Wario Land Shake It. I watched an entire playthrough of it like a few years ago. Not that that really compares, but I don't know. Wario Land. I'm not very interested in Wario Land. What did I have? 118,000 of? I don't know what you were even looking at. Oh, is that how many shards it gave me? Probably. I know RT Game, yeah. I like watch him intermittently. I don't know. He's one of those people I like never sub to. I just like find every few months and like binge some of their stuff and then don't subscribe. I don't know. He's cool though. Yeah, I feel Shake It. I feel like Shake It is better than the Shake Dimension. It's the whole what is it? Yoshi's gravitational rotation or universal rotation or whatever. That yeah, that's I don't know. Europe's got some funky names. Training on my track. I love this one. Kirby Mouse Attack? Is that what they called Squeak Squad? That's insane. Yeah, what? The ones that piss me off the most are still the Mario and Luigi ones, where it's Paper Jam and Dream Team. They called like Paper Jam Bros and Dream Team Bros. Like, dude, it's Mario and Luigi. We know they're bros. You don't gotta put that in the title. Like, it's just weird. It just like it has a good ring to it, and then they ruin it with bros. I want to smack. I don't even know. How do you play Jet Set Radio in 2026? Like, emulate? Is it on anything? I don't know. I should play it at some point. Brothership. They didn't call it Brothership, bro. No. They did. If they did, that would have been actually awful. Melody Motorway is better than Music Park. I'll give you that one. Yeah. I kind of like Rock Mountain because that's the Mario 64 naming convention. Like, I guess it's weird because Tall Mountain is what the actual level is called in Mario 64, but like, you know, they just extended that. You have like Dry Desert in Paper Mario. Are there? They didn't name anything like that in Mario Kart World, did they? I kind of don't like that. That's like disconcerting somehow. We're losing the ancient naming conventions of Mario. Splat 1 EU localization is a rare W. I don't know about that Octavio fight though. I don't know about that actually. Hello, Polar Pug, and thank you. Rock Mountain is boring. I mean, yeah, but like Alpine Pass is just you're just talking about the trees instead of the rocks. I feel like that's not much better. Guess you got a little bit of an alliteration in there instead of just repetition. They're pretty basic either way. I'd rather it sound like a Mario level, personally. I still don't know a lot of the songs by name, but yeah. The super bangers at the end of the game. Oh, this is the, oh, I love this one. Are there any JP Splatoon songs of names you prefer over the English ones? I do think ABXY is cooler than Chirpy Chips. That's the one I was gonna say. I like, well, this isn't even a JP one, but for some reason the Chirpy Chips songs in Splatoon 2 had different localizations, and I think Chip Damage is way cooler than Blitz It. It was Chip Damage and Battery Full, and then in America it was Blitz It and Wave Prism, I think. And those are like way worse. I definitely like the EU ones better. Chip Damage especially is like, it's chip tune, but also like Chip Damage, like the game mechanic. Like it's just so much better. I don't know why they didn't do that. I did finish Densha Tech, yes. Yes, I love that game. I don't know. I just feel like they don't communicate. Like, I don't know. That was a especially weird thing because like most of the localization was unified for Splatoon 2, but they just randomly like, I don't know. I don't even remember. Like, I don't know why those were different. But yeah, like Chirpy, like it's just weird. It's just weird. There were a couple other. Tomorrow's Nostalgia Today, I think in Japanese is Brand New Hometown, but like in English. That's just a weird case where it's like they named it in English, but then they localized it to something different in English, which like, I kind of get it. It sounds a little like jank, I guess, but like, I don't know. That's just a weird thing. I just wish it was called Tomorrow's Nostalgia. Like Tomorrow's Nostalgia Today makes it sound like an ad, which I think is weird. I don't like that as much. But that's just an issue with the name in general, not necessarily localization, I guess. I'm at Golden Corral. I unlocked Bottomless. Congratulations. I know. I forget where Ika Jamaica comes from. But I also used to call it that. I know that's like what people called it on YouTube. That might just be the literal translation of the Japanese name, I think. Yeah, that's probably what it is. Oh, we're like about to lose. Can I? Okay, good. Embodies the past, present, future. I guess that's true. I don't know. It sounds a little clunky to me, I guess, as a song title. Yeah, I like Shelfie and Split and Splat better than Friend List and Quick Start though. I don't know why they were just named after like buttons on the Wii U gamepad. I guess that makes sense for Chirpy Chips, but like, I don't know. I kind of don't mind those ones being changed. What are other ones? It's weird that Onward at the end of Side Order is named Slumber in Japanese. I kind of like Onward better as a name, but it's also weird because Onward is already a song in Splatoon and the Onward motif is like an important part of the soundtrack, and the song Onward doesn't actually have an association with that and doesn't have the Onward motif. So it's just like, I don't love Slumber, but I think they could have chosen a better word than Onward. Could just called it Upward. You're going up an elevator anyway. Maybe that'd be a little too obvious. I don't know. Actually, is that already the name of the elevator track? It might be. I'm not sure. When's TV mode and NFC reader getting a song? Yeah. Onward and Upward just makes me think of the stupid flower from Mario Wonder, so I'm glad it's not that. Oh, it said Onwards in EU? That's weird. I don't know. I'm very weird about like remakes of the early Splatoon games. I don't really want that in any way. I don't know if you mean retelling of like just the story or like the gameplay, or I don't know. I just want them to do new stuff. I don't want them to dwell on old Splatoon games, really. Just the stories. I mean, the thing is, if you flesh out Octo Valley's story, it's just revealing that the Squidbeak Splatoon are war criminals, basically. Like, I don't know. It's kind of a weird story to flesh out because I feel like it actually benefits from like not being explicit. I don't know. I have weird specific thoughts about Octo Valley. Octo Canyon. Absolutely, I wish we could get like a way better understanding of like Callie's relationship with Octavio and like what actually happened there. But Octo Valley, I don't know if I want that. How'd you farm to get so much level? Mostly I just completed all the Salmonid research. I did every spicy and super spicy. I got to floor like 200 on Bottomless, and I grinded for all the Salmonid research. That's why I'm this high level. I don't know if we need more stuff about Agent 4, but like, yeah, if they were doing some kind of thing where they were expanding on Octo Canyon, I guess we would get more Agent 4, and that would be cool. I don't know. I don't really ever see this happening though. Like, unless it was just like the lore, you know. I don't know. It'd be hard to retroactively do that in a way that didn't feel really clunky, I feel like. Unless it was something like a Splatoon-like show, but you know, I don't know. I've always said I don't want it to just be a retelling if they did something like that. I do think Octo Canyon has a lot of missed potential, and it would make the Squid Sisters more fleshed out in a way that would be cool, but it's just, I don't know, it's just not where I want them to be putting their resources, I guess. I just want them to tell new, better stories anyway. Yeah, the whole Agent 4 canonically being like missing thing is annoying because they're not. They're literally just chilling. And like, I don't know. I think people just don't realize that they care way more about Agent 4 than Nintendo ever did. Like, oh, this song is this is a weird song to play Raiders 2, but it's such a good song, so I don't care. Hello, Splatoon nerd. Did I say hi already? I'm not sure, but hello. I hope they're just cameos, if anything. I don't want them to dwell too much on the old idols. We had all of that in Splatoon 3 anyway. It is going good. We're just chilling, yapping, and grinding some raiders. I'm probably going to end stream soon. We only got 10 minutes left in the Densha Tech soundtrack. And it's, you know, it's been my normal length anyway. But this has been fun. This has been a good stream. I was kind of going into today not really having a plan and just being like, I guess I'll just grind raiders because I still have some stuff to get, but had some fun lore discussions and stuff today. It's been a good one. This song is, I think it's in Japanese. Yeah, it's by the doo-doo-doos, the do-do-dos. It's the third to last song in the Densha Tech OST. I can post the soundtrack at the end, maybe. I unfortunately cannot read Japanese. No Densha deck equals no stream, exactly. Here is the link to the entire soundtrack playlist. I see Polar Pug. I think that came up in the last stream. I don't know. I have never understood the idea of people thinking that existing bands will become the idols. It has never made any sense. I've been hearing people bring it up again. Like, that's not what the idols are. The idols are new characters. That's the whole point. The whole point is that they are new characters that become the face of the game. Like, I know we got Harmony as like a shopkeeper, so maybe that gave people some hope, but it's like, notice how she's a shopkeeper and not the main character of the game. Like, I just feel like there's a big difference. I don't know. It's just a weird... I get people wanting to see more of their favorite obscure characters, but like, it just would be really weird for Nintendo to do that. Yeah, I'd like the idea of more characters becoming shopkeepers. I don't know. It'd be kind of weird for an agent to be a shopkeeper, I feel like. I mean, they could do the save data thing to customize them, so I guess that's not a problem, but like... I don't know. It'd be cool, but I don't really strongly want that to happen. Just Kiki a model? No one else? I mean, I don't know. That'd be cool, I guess. Yeah, I think giving more characters 3D models is really cool. Kind of a Splat 4 has no returning characters. I don't know. I think stuff for like shopkeeper cameos and whatever is cool, but I do want it to be mostly a full reset. Her design is cool. This song is so funny. Just be happy, be lucky. I want to turn this one up. Well, Sheldon, I could replace Sheldon, to be honest. I like Sheldon, but like he feels very localized to the I guess he moved to the Splatlands, so he's not really, he can do whatever. I don't know. Maybe Shelly and Donnie will grow up and one of them will take over. I like the idea of characters growing up like Merch. I wouldn't mind seeing more of that. I still think Calamari County is honestly very possible. But something really far away could be cool too. I don't know. I like the idea of them like slowly expanding the map from Inkopolis and not just jumping to a whole other part of the world, but like I get why that would be cool also. Splatoon America. I mean, we already had Times Square in Splatoon 2. I feel like I know it's still Splatoon Japan, but like I don't know.
What is this?
Oh, this one goes crazy. This song. Alice is in one of the Densha Tech songs, yes. It played about 2.5 hours ago. The French rap. Oh, this is the 100% reward? Okay, I figured it was just in the soundtrack, but that's fine. That's cool. This is like the map screen in the game, but normally the vocals aren't there. I guess you unlock it for 100% apparently, which is cool. Oh wait, go to France to find out how the Eiffel Tower got into Japan. Yeah, that'd be cool. I don't know if we would actually figure that out. This song goes crazy, Smack. I don't know if I want Splatoon to just like jump around countries like Pokemon games. Like, I don't know. It's a cool idea, and I want to see more of the world, but I also feel like the kind of blend of Japanese and Western aesthetics is like, you know, Splatoon has a style. I think they could explore it without it being like kind of totally replaced. I don't know. Raiders soundtrack, There's a couple bangers. It's not my favorite personally. If you like Salmon Run music, you'll like it. If you don't, then you might not. Too Mellow is like most of the Densha Jack soundtrack, yeah. Or it's like a lot of it. It's T Lopes and Too Mellow, and they got everyone. They got everyone on Densha Jack. It's insane. That's true. I mean, it would be cool to see other places. Hawaii could be cool, that's true. I think I will make that the last one. Yeah, got like 30 seconds left in the song. Thank you guys for playing. I don't think I made that much like actual. How much progress did I make? I literally got 3 weapons the entire stream for the weapon horde. That's crazy. But yeah. But yeah. Maybe, yeah, Too Mellow. Sorry, I think I got confused. I think T Lopes is like all over it. Too Mellow's in a couple of them, but they all go hard. I gotta let the music play out. Hang on. Okay, there we go. But yeah, thank you guys very much for hanging out. Thank you for the games. This was very fun. Surprisingly fun. Like I said, I thought would be kind of a more of a boring yap about random stuff stream. I mean, it was a yap about random stuff, but I liked the random stuff we yapped about. It was a good time. So thank you guys very much for that. I don't know what I'm working on. I guess some kind of lore video, probably. I mostly just wanted to get the playthrough out. That was kind of the big thing. Yesterday, I uploaded the post-game video, so check that out if you haven't. But yeah, probably see you guys next Saturday. And oh yeah, I'll stream Splatfest. Why not? I'll stream Splatfest. So see you there for that. Finally play Splatoon 3 again. But yeah, thanks for watching. This has been Cosmic. Farewell.